What is up, team? Welcome back to the Red Storm Rapid Reaction Podcast, a special watch-along edition. Myself and Cole Atshaw here are going to, until this Pete Weber Missouri Classic comes to a conclusion, we're going to keep you in tune with that. And then once the big St. John's Creighton game starts, we'll be here for at least the first half, hopefully the whole game. And feel free to jump in the chat. Feel free to chime in and let us know what you think. I don't know, Cole, is this the biggest St. John's home game this season?
I mean, that Marquette game was pretty huge to put your stamp on the national radar.
Yeah, needed that one.
Needed
that one, got that one.
But yeah, I mean, especially after losing to Villanova, this is probably if 1 versus 2, if we really want to take the Big East regular season crown.
Yeah, this would give us a 2-game lead in the loss column against Creighton, and it would give us, it would prevent them from getting the sweep for us on the season. We still have games against Marquette and UConn, and then a few others: Seton Hall, Butler, and DePaul. So, even if we were to lose that Marquette and UConn game after today, if we win today, we would guarantee at least a share with Creighton atop the Big East standings if we were to, sweep those other 3 teams I mentioned. But I like our chances to get at least 3 of those 5 games, if not more. So today's game's huge, obviously.
Especially depending on the health of Davon Smith. I mean, apparently now available for today's game after Rick saying definitively out, which is interesting.
Is anybody surprised that
how much is his gamesmanship from Rick from the beginning? How much is his gamesmanship today saying that he's available? No one knows. But yeah, I mean, his health is paramount, and if he's healthy for this stretch down here at the end of the season.
Cool. How about EJ Tackett here? A 238 in the 10th frame, about to steal this away from Barrett. Let's not forget about the task at hand here.
I was going to say, watching this PBA, do you remember Sunday morning?
238. I think there's a few guys right here watching us that could beat a 238. What kind of? I mean, is there a handicap going on?
It should be a 300. Do you remember back in the day on Sundays before NFL started up, watching on ESPN, they used to have those lumberjack competitions and guys would be running around with crazy chainsaws and stuff? Whatever.
Yes, of course. Or the strongest man in the world, Magnus Sampson. Yeah, those were the good old days. Now we get PBA. I thought we'd have some NASCAR or some drag racing on a Sunday. Did you watch the dunk contest last night?
Yeah, fantastic.
I didn't see it live, saw a few of the highlights.
I thought Stefan Castle got hosed. I thought that sort of on the shot where he had the guy shooting through the net and then taking it out of the net, going between the legs, I thought that was a 50.
What did he get on that? I saw that, and I saw the caption.
49.2 or something, or 49.7. So that
who were the
250s, and that was it.
Who were the judges? I saw Barry Bonds.
I don't know if Bonds was judging or was he just there in attendance.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
I don't know. They definitely showed
the highlights.
Hilarious. I was like, is that Barry Bonds? I don't know. I honestly don't know who all the judges were. I wasn't really paying attention.
All right, so cool. As we get closer to this game here, any thoughts on the first matchup against Creighton and what we might have to do today?
Well, again, I was all ready to talk about Davon Smith being out and how bad that was going to affect us. I think he was paramount last game in causing Stephen Ashworth to have 10 turnovers. So I was really worried about Davon Smith. Now is he playing? Who knows? I think you got to focus on the mid-range game and pulling Kalkbrenner away from the rim. I don't think you can just go and attack him. I should have looked up the stat before we got started here, but I remember somebody tweeting it, and God knows, information you find on the internet, it's got to be 100% accurate, right? But somebody had on the SJUBB hashtag last game stats about Kalkbrenner's fouls throughout his career. And it's some of the most ridiculous shit you'll ever see. That he, for the first 3 years of his career, never had more than a 4 foul game.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Only had 3 foul games. It's the most insane thing. So it's hey, you can't just challenge him at the rim because you're not going to get foul ball.
I think Creighton went in maybe close to the 7-minute mark in the second half against UConn without committing a team foul or something outrageous like that. And then the refs always make it somewhat even towards the end, but it just shows the inconsistency. He does do a great job of keeping his hands up, but you can't for the life of me tell me that he doesn't get a favorable whistle. What's tough about, you mentioned the mid-range shots. I remember 3 or 4 instances against Creighton last game where we got mid-range jump shots blocked by him. You know, he's
Yeah.
that good of a
Long.
shot blocker, and it's just him having his hands up. Like, we need to just lock I'm sorry, Vince in a room and have him watch Kalkbrenner defensive highlights of just how to keep his hands up and be a presence instead of trying to at the last minute, you know, reach up and deter a shot. You are that big, you are that long. Just keep him up, man. I know it's tough, but Kalkbrenner is textbook in that regard. And today, hopefully, we get to be on the better side of it. I think I saw today that in 8 games against St. John's, he's 7-1 in his career. So certainly got the best of us to this point. Hopefully we can put it in that today.
What did whoa. Shout out to our friend SJU basketball fan, Mike SJU fan, who always does a great job retweeting all of our stuff constantly.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Tweeted that Kalkbrenner is out today.
Wow, breaking news. Do I get that on the bottom of the ticker here?
Yeah, we got to put the ticker.
Oh, wow. Man, that's
Mike SJU fan. Like, breaking news.
That's crazy.
I had no idea. I didn't know he was injured.
Let's get some verified sources on that. Thank you, Mike. And thank you for the shout outs. That's obviously huge news. Creighton becomes a much more easy matchup, obviously, without their best player and the league's best defender, one of the country's best defenders.
I don't know if that was accurate. Now I'm looking on Twitter and I don't see anything reporting that.
Yeah. I'm going to hold off before I put it on the tracker on the bottom here. But maybe it helped our viewership jump up there. So, you know, I promise this wasn't a conspiracy.
So, yeah, we're just putting out fake news so we can get the viewers.
Yeah, let's get that verified. It says 3:06 tip. So, got a few more minutes here, guys. Ask your questions.
The ending of the PBA here. Priorities.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a big matchup. It's Pete Weber Classic.
What did you make of the? What did you make of sort of the way?
Shout out Tom. Shout out Sean in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Where is your hat there, Cole? Man, represent.
What did you make of the Villanova game? Obviously, we didn't get a chance because I was there, boots on the ground, but I didn't like 37 3-point attempts.
Yeah, by and large, we did settle for threes a lot. I didn't see the first 15 minutes of that game. About the last shot, I've seen worse shots. It wasn't my thought going into it that that's the shot I hope we get. I would have preferred Richmond with the ball going to the rim, but, you know, I've seen worse shots, and I would argue that the shot Perkins hit was a tougher shot than the one Wilcher missed. And so I'm not going to second guess it too much, but I think if we were to see it again today or later in the season, we're going to see it with Richmond taking that shot or trying to get to the rim at least. By and large, though, our defense just wasn't, you know, what it had been. Even still, there was at least 30 occasions where they hit buzzer-beating shots at the shot clock that were well contested, you know, heartbreaking shots, and it still came down to that last possession. So, and that's a somewhat down defensive performance. Still, it's not like we were a sieve out there. So it just goes to show how good our defense is when it comes to those lockdown possessions. Couple slip-ups, and it cost us against a quality team, but we were due. You know, we were due for a loss.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough. I mean, it would have been a quad 1 road win. Like, that's a tough place to win. Like, not and again.
Yeah, you were there, so obviously it wasn't going to be easy.
A down season for them because they performed really poorly out of conference and have lost some really close games throughout the course of the season. But like, they've also played really well at times. Like, it's not a bad team by any stretch of the imagination.
No, but unfortunately, it looks like they're going to be on the short end of making the tournament. And hell, UConn might be not far away from being on the short end of making the NCAA tournament. They need to pick their shit up together too, or else Big East could be looking potentially at a 3-bid league. And back-to-back years of that would be very, very poor. But I think UConn's going to be fine. Sucks to have to like kind of root for them, but I don't want to see a 3-team Big East, and I don't think Villanova or Xavier at this point would be able to really jump their resume. So I think
I was not rooting like for Seton Hall yesterday. That's not good for the league and putting another team like onto the bubble.
Yeah, no, I know, me too. Wusu though, how about my guy Dylan Havaday Wusu? Big shot, good for him.
So just to clarify on the Kalkbrenner stuff, somebody else posted that it was a fake John Fanta account. So
wow,
Mike got burned by fake Fanta account.
that was a Fan Janta. Okay, we missed it. We missed the boat on that one. Your brother Sean says hate playing against Kalkbrenner and this drop coverage they run. Need SG to speed them up and make them play our game rather than the other way around. I hate this defensive matchup too. The first game was very much played at a pace I don't think is conducive to what Creighton wants to do. You know, like we kept them under 60. A lot of people were second guessing afterwards, saying we needed to press. It's hard to press when we're not scoring, and for one, and for two, I think if you would have told us ahead of time, hold Creighton under 60, that's a game St. John's wants to play. So I don't think it was necessarily played at Creighton's pace. We'll see today if we can speed them up a little bit in terms of turning them over, helping us get some easy baskets. But I don't want to get too much in an up and down, like open court game with a Creighton team that always seems to shoot well against St. John's.
What's Ricky P wearing for Johnny's Day?
Man, if you're, we'll find out in a second, but if you're a St. John's fan and you got an option to listen to us or Donnie Marshall, I'm sorry, but I'm taking us every time. No offense to Johnny Fanta. But man, that got brutal. No offense. Offense. RJ Lewis named a midseason some trophy list. I missed the end of it before they pulled the screen away. Wilcher's starting, so if we do see Smith, it won't be in the starting lineup. I don't have the volume up here, so if I miss anything on the audio wise, Tom, Sean, help us out in the chat here. Yeah. Keep your ears peeled for any Smith updates and what Fanta has to say. St. John's rocking the crisp white jerseys here, sold out Madison Square Garden.
I got a shout out from the Villanova game. I got to shout out the Friends of Nova Booster Club at Villanova, who made the mistake of having a St. John's fan on their mailing list and allowed me to get courtside seats. Like, thank you very much for that. And all you can drink. I'm sure the refs really appreciated me having all you can drink. So that was... Man,
I thought you stole some seats from an unsurprising fraternity kid down at Villanova. I didn't know how you got those floor seats, or you just snuck down there for the photo. I wasn't sure, but hey, whatever you can do, Cole. Nice work. Greg McDermott, man, he looks worn down. Chris, there you go.
Great job after that Pop Isaac injury.
He's an unbelievable coach. I mean, as good as there is, honestly. He's never going to have a roster that's like Kansas good. He's just always hovering around that top 15 to 25, makes runs in the tournament. He just hasn't had that breakthrough of the Final Four. He was so close a couple years ago against San Diego State, right? He lost at the buzzer.
Stephen Ashworth. What a punchable face.
Ashworth falls. Yeah, let's count the falls today. Ashworth, Creighton wins the tip here.
If I have to see an end of game him doing the go to sleep pose, I'm going to break my television.
Green by Kalkbrenner up top. Ashworth, I thought got away with the travel. Kalkbrenner underneath, catches it one-handed. Misses the gimme. And then RJ tangles him up with a jump ball. That was a 1-inch reverse miss. Kalkbrenner probably makes 9 out of 10 times, maybe 19 out of 20 times, and we just saw one of them. All right, there's break number 1. See how many of those we get today.
I will let you handle sort of the play-by-play funness because YouTube has to be like 5 seconds ahead of live cable television.
Zuby misses a little baby hook there in the middle of the lane, and Creighton's got it going the other way. Hey, just feel it, jump right in, man. We're tag teaming this. Who knows? Good look in the corner for Creighton. Misses it. Nothing but air there. RJ picks it up, going the other way. We need a bounce back game from Zuby. RJ going hard to the rim. Finds Zuby, top of the key. He's got space. He's going to let it fly. Buries it. Zuby for 3, top of the key. 3-0 St. John's. That looked good. I mean,
Zuby's ability to shoot, does that force Kalkbrenner to extend his defense out onto the perimeter?
Probably. Keep in mind he's shooting 23% from 3, but in a perfect world, he hits a few of those.
I'm not screaming for Zuby to let him fly all game.
Kalkbrenner trying to answer from 3, and he does. There's the the bounce he didn't get in the layup, gets another 3-point shot, hit the front of the rim, one soft bounce, and landed in. 3-3. Great. Scott finds RJ. RJ uses Zuby top of the key. I mean, if McAndrews guarding RJ at the top of the key, I don't even bring the screen. I let him go one-on-one. Kaderi for 3. Misses it. Zuby winds up on the floor hunting an offensive rebound. Creighton the other way.
So early game, 2 3-point attempts from us, only field goal attempts, and it's from Kadari and Zuby.
Neal drives hard on Scott. Yeah, two threes. Haven't gotten the paint yet. That's the Kalkbrenner effect. Ashworth getting hounded, gets around, gets a decent look from 3, buries it. Wilcher got caught behind the Kalkbrenner screen, and Zuby wasn't there in the slip to pick him up on the switch. 6-3 Creighton. Edge of 3, baby. Yes. Shout out to Big Mo. Hopefully get a couple more of those edge of 3s today. RJ 15-footer contested off the rim. Creighton going the other way. RJ not looking. Defensive transition leads to a dunk for Creighton. Running down the court, staring away from the basketball. 8-3 Creighton early. Not an ideal start after that nice 3 from Zuby. Is this a different center court emblem than it was against Marquette?
I think they usually do that for Johnny's Day.
Johnny's Day. Hey, there's only one Johnny's Day.
Zuby
top of the key this time. Kalkbrenner meets him out there. RJ coming on top of the key. Another 15-footer gets hit. Fouled from behind. He'll go to the line for 2. I think it's got to be somehow we get Kalkbrenner not involved in the ball screen and get him out of that middle of the paint there, and even in the drop coverage. I know easier said than done. They do a good job switching into those screens beforehand, but doesn't always have to be Zuby. Get Scott involved on some ball screens. Get RJ screening the ball. RJ misses the first free throw. 8-3 still here. Chad, have we heard anything about Davon being available early? RJ hits the second. 8-4. Press is on. Wilcher's on Ashworth. RJ, who's 0 on Creighton? I got to get that. He didn't start against St. John's the first game.
Let me bring up the box score.
Neal's got it. Goes right by Wilcher into the paint. Scott stops him. Zuby tips it out. Now Ashworth's got it 40 feet from the rim. Zuby's guarding him out 45 feet. Now at the 3-point line, goes by him. How long was Kalkbrenner in the paint there for? 17 seconds? Pass down to him for a dunk. 10-4.
You expect the refs to call anything against him, Pat? That's silly.
Scott has it. Flair. RJ for 3. This is from the NBA range. Ricks it. Doesn't even catch iron. Creighton's got it down. Going the other way. 10-4 Creighton. Neal's got it. Uses the screen from Kalkbrenner. Ashworth up top now. Kalkbrenner still in the paint. Still has a foot in the paint. Still has 2 feet in the paint. Still has 2 feet in the paint. Feet in the paint. Wow.
That's crazy.
Get the live count. That is insane.
Coach Pat would be on the sidelines having an aneurysm.
I mean, that was incredible. I'm sure St. John's is yelling from the bench. I'm positive they are. Not an ideal start here. 10-4 foul on St. John's underneath. They didn't call that a shooting foul. Did you see that? They didn't say it was shoot. Did they?
I didn't think so.
Yeah, good. We'll see if it's good. Yeah, and we're gonna have to hit some shots or get to the rim against Creighton because they're gonna put us in positions to make not ideal looks. Or gonna have to get in transition and get some shots at the rim out in the open court.
Not ideal. But even it was so funny at the Villanova game. It's just being down 11 at half. There was no doubt in my mind that they were going to make a comeback in the second half. No doubt.
St. John's.
Yeah.
This is probably when you live bet St. John's first half.
What was the
see what the line is.
What was the final line pregame? Was it -6.5?
I think -6 or something like that. -6.5.
Interesting.
We're gonna have my bookies chiming in. Let me know. Gotta have my out-of-state connect.
Some home cooking. Hopefully, all the money was on Creighton.
I got my heartbreak insurance in. Be sure of that. It's a 2.5 game line now. St. John's is 2.5-point favorites right now for the game. So
interesting.
I'm sure Pitino's telling them again, just relax, make sure we're getting good looks, and get the hell back on defense. RJ Lewis and see the basketball. But if we got Davon available, I think we can't be too patient bringing him out there. He does a much better job pressuring them defensively and speeding them up, both them and us, obviously. No breaking news there.
Did it ever come out with exactly what the issue was with Davon this time around? I know Rick originally said a neck strain that had him questionable against Villanova.
No, it was very unclear how Pitino referenced it after the game. Didn't look like he wanted to go into details. Didn't look like he had many details.
Yeah. Very odd to me.
Yeah. It's just like, it goes back to that Seton Hall appearance. It just made no sense.
Yep.
Sure, the kid was really like begging to play, but
sometimes you have to do what's right for the kid, even when he doesn't know what's right for himself.
Yeah, Ashworth, what an annoying player to watch. I think he's a really good player. I know it's up for debate amongst St. John's fans how good of a player he is, but I mean, he's top 5 scoring and leading the league in assists and leading the league in free throw percentage.
I mean, I hate him, and he's got a very punchable face, and I am tired of seeing him in the Big East and won't be crying at all when he has to leave.
Such a Creighton player.
Yeah, 100%. You got to feel good for Shaheen and for Wuzu for getting that.
Oh, they said he was shooting, huh? Christ.
Of course.
Oh, man. What do you know? Hopefully no one, hopefully that didn't affect any bets that went in there, on our behalf. 12-4. Davon was a full participant in practice on Saturday, and SGA kept it under wraps per Ziller. Oh, man. All right. No surprise there. No surprise there. Always trying to get an edge. Wiltshire on the pull-up, again, doesn't even strike rim. Io misses 2 putbacks with a lot of hands there underneath. Io, the first sub today. No surprise. Looks like Davon's checking in. Good contest by Zuby, good box up by Io, but 0. This guy, Green. Okay, there you have it. Green for Creighton has a putback, got fouled on for 2 free throws and a putback for 2 there. And he had that fast break dunk. So 6 points for Green. He wasn't on my scouting report. Doesn't look he was on St. John's scouting report. Kaderi hits a pull-up jumper, 14-6. Need stops. Wiltshire rips it from Ashworth in the backcourt. Zuby had to withhold himself from taking a pull-up. Not a good look there by Scott. Didn't love that. Scott misses a 17-foot pull-up jump shot. Bounce pass stolen by Richmond going the other way. We got a 4-on-2 advantage. Finds Scott for an open 3. Buries it. Big-time shot. Kadari so patient in that semi-fast break. Gives him enough time to space out and hits him right in the chest. I'm going to imagine that the crowd's pretty loud. I hope it is. Looks like I see some animated fans for the first time right now.
Place looks absolutely packed.
Neal baseline drives and dunks. Cut baseline, lost the help behind him, and Zuby met him at the rim, but to no avail. 16-9 Creighton. Saw Rick point to the bench. After that happened, I wonder who's getting pulled. Kadari, top of the key, uses the Zuby key, finds Scott in the corner. Scott now finds Kadari, top of the key, 3, buries it. Kadari stepped right into that one confidently. Whoa! They just called a foul on Zuby, I think. Did you see that?
You're like literally 4 seconds ahead of me.
Oh,
yeah. So I just saw it now. Yeah, that's totally Cockburn throwing an elbow into Zuby.
Do you have a pause button?
I'm fully up to date. God forbid cable TV that I spend $200 a month.
You're all the way down in Philadelphia. That's a whole different feed. I think that gets it from a different satellite. So, and hopefully I'm not spoiling it for a lot of viewers. Neal gets it on the running start against the sideline. 3 for Creighton, buries it. See, sometimes that's what our pressure leads to. I didn't love our full court press in that last possession against Villanova when we're down, but when we're up by one. I didn't love that full court denial. Maybe three-quarter court to slow them down, but we were in scramble mode from the get-go. RJ buries a mid-range 3. A mid-range jumper. I wish there were mid-range 3s with this team. See how Smith looks. Garden Ashworth, 45 feet. Pressure him, gets on top of the. Oh, I think that's a little chip out there from Kalkbrenner on the screen. There's a way for him to get some fouls, don't you think?
You think they.
Neal, top of the key, gets a good look. Off the front of the rim, Zuby gets the rebound. He's going to find Smith. Let's see how fast Smith can push up the court. A lot of hip in that pick. Yes, Michael. A lot of hip in that pick. Zuby, 3 from the left elbow. Buries it. Left elbow extended for 3. He hits another one of those, and Kalkbrenner is going to have to start to really respect it. 19-17, Creighton up top. Look at him leaning into that screen up top. Ashworth gets a decent look from 3 off the rim. RJ gets it, going the other direction. St. John's with momentum all of a sudden. RJ uses the Zuby screen, top of the key, rejects it, crossover, 16-foot jumper. It's long. Zuby underneath, fights for it. A lot of arms there from Kalkbrenner again, wrapping him up, no whistle. Zuby, top of the key for 3. This one's long. Rebound, Creighton. Creighton looks to push here. Ashworth up top. Wow, we're not going to get a whistle on any of these, huh? No whistle there, or they call the foul on St. John's? I can't tell. You got a clue there? Didn't see a clear indication from the ref, and Ashworth looked disappointed.
You can see the entire bench though starting to freak out on the call.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Now, Pat, as a coach, what would you be saying to the referees in a situation like that?
Yeah, I've got 2 technicals in my last 3 games. They don't like me right now, and I'm not a yeller.
Got second-year coach throwing his weight around.
No, I'm not a yeller, man. It's been bad. No, you just got to get one. Obviously, you imagine that you're going to get it once. You got to keep reminding them. Can you watch this? Can you watch this? And I'm sure they're going to give it to you one time if you're in your ear, but they don't want to call one of the Big East best players for multiple fouls on something like that. Like, they don't want to do that. They don't want to bench one of the best players in the league for 3 moving screen fouls, and they know that. It's just one of those things. It's like holding. You can't call it every time, so you're just going to keep doing it until it's called. Zuby is a culprit for sure. And they're probably talking about Zuby on the other end, and they probably have a legitimate gripe. Michael of the Lock, relation to Big Mo from Burn Hills back in the day. I never. Oh, sounds cool though. Yeah, look at this discourse going back and forth in the chat. It's hopping in there. We're sitting at 100 listeners. I don't know if that's across a couple platforms or.
I'm glad we've got so many people chilling at home, willing to sit and hang with us and chop it up. It's awesome. Obviously, the Garden's completely packed, sold out game, but the fan base is that strong that we still got a bunch of people wanting to chill and just listen to us ramble on for 2 hours while this game goes on.
The fan base has really come along. It's shown well this season. Not that it hasn't always been strong, but you can obviously see the uptick this year, both social media, both in attendance, coverage. It's booming, baby. St. John's is coming.
When you first asked me to start coming on the podcast with you, it was Mike Anderson days. You were doing these. It would just be me, you, and Ryan talking during.
Shout out Ryan. I hope Ryan's listening today.
Yeah.
That was this. Yeah, your first appearance, Cole, was
Yeah.
on a live watch along. Yeah,
Yeah.
these didn't last very long. They're tough to do. And when you got Fanta on the game, I mean, how much attention can we really get?
But back then, did we have 100 people watching live with us at the same time as the game? Did we have 315 subs on YouTube? And
Yeah, I know it's come a long way, man. Shout out to our subscribers and our loyal listeners on Spotify or Apple Podcast.
fun times, man. And how blessed we are to have Rick Pitino as our coach. Like, I say it all the time that I wake up sometimes I have to pinch myself.
Yeah, I mean, St. John's was just due for something right to break, and Rick Pitino was that in spades.
I go back to my comments on the first podcast we did after he was hired, where it was like
Key losses. Did you see that graphic? What's key losses mean? I mean, those were all quad one losses.
None of those are bad, and then it's obviously at Creighton, at Nova, like Georgia on a neutral site. But I go back to what I said on our first podcast after we hired Pitino. Like, we need a vampire to bite him so that like he'll just live forever. He just coaches St. John's till the world ends.
Ooh. Kadari just got blown by, and Zubic just had a nice dunk. Man, that's the 23-year-old pro from Europe or somewhere.
Did he get a lot of PT? I was trying to pay attention to him before our first matchup, and I know
not a huge amount. Nice pass, backdoor pass from Smith Kadari for a left-hand reverse layup. Sorry if I spoiled that one for you, Cole. 21-19 St. John's. Chad, I want to hear over under 5 points from Lefty and Prey today combined. Will we get over under 5 points from Lefty and Prey? Zuby with this. That's a foul. One foul so far on Creighton, 2 on St. John's. Zuby saves before it goes out of bounds, spins on the baseline, misses with the left hand. We'll stay with St. John's. 20 on the shot clock. Letting them play early. Kalkbrenner's out for a couple minutes here.
Speaking of Johnny's Day, did you see Keegan Bradley hole one today?
He hit an ace.
Yeah.
I did not see that. The Keegs, huh? Is he in contention and whatever?
I think he was +2 before that. I think it was probably a par 3. Probably got him to even.
I'm a big Keegan fan.
Hey, if he's donating the St. John's NIL, I am a big Keegan fan too.
Yeah. Wow. The Bob Does Sports episode with him is really good. If you're into Bob Does Sports, you're into Keegan. It's a good episode. Really like shed some light on him away from competing. I thought.
Did he talk about St. John's at all?
He definitely mentioned him at one point, just lightly. I think just about his bag, but he just was like really, really down to earth. I mean, he knows the camera's on him, but he I thought it really painted a different side of him.
That's awesome.
21-21. I missed that basket. I was reminiscing about the video. St. John's got the full court pressure. Gets back now. Smith guard and Ashford fouls him 40 feet away from the basket. Only a matter of time before Ashworth jerks his neck back and gets a whistle.
So they get
RJ. That was the old UConn basket on the baseline curl. Oh, and look at that. They're showing the replay.
Get fouls on Ashworth flopping constantly and don't get any fouls called against Kalkbrenner. Must be nice.
Are we sure Rick isn't already a vampire? Not positive. Can you even do a blood test on a vampire? I don't know.
Can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah. No foul up top. Creighton misses a 3. RJ good box out. Questions it himself. Finds Wiltshire. Pump fakes. Smith sets up. Uses the Zuby pick and roll. 15-foot jumper. Misses it. That's a foul on Kalkbrenner. I'm going to yell it till they call one.
You might be yelling
it on somebody else. Yeah. Ashworth all the way to the rim, misses it. Good rebound by Lewis. Ashworth probably wishing he got the call. Lewis in transition goes at Kalkbrenner. Zuby offensive rebound goes up strong, no whistle. Oh, finally a late whistle. Had to wait till before it was somebody else besides Kalkbrenner for them to call it. Zuby's going to go to the line for 2. Pitino will never be finished. He's never satisfied. He can go on and on. Italian restaurants be damned. Yeah, I mean, I think he's still welcome at more than a handful of Italian restaurants, even with his past transgressions, and he's not lacking for local talent. Sure, he is a changed man, and he's our coach now. God damn it. Lobs are on point. You said it, Sean.
Hey,
Zuby rolls it out. Prey coming in here.
NCAA cleared him of any wrongdoing. He's all good. Clean slate.
Yeah, Prey coming in, struggling with the jersey tuck in. I don't know. Cole, you want to share the rumor?
No, I'm not going to say any of that on the live chat.
But, all right, Zuby with the second free throw. Misses the second one as well. 0 for 2 at the line there for Zuby. That hurts. And then he gets beat back for a dunk. I mean, this guy, Zero, has 2 fast break layups on just normal rebounds that shouldn't have led to any type of transition attempt. Wilcher drives baseline. Prey from the corner for 3, misses it. Kalkbrenner gathers the rebound. 23-21 Creighton. Couple opportunities. I mean, that's a 4-point swing in a non-debatable way. I thought that oop by Ashworth was going to go in the basket. Zuby runs it, can't convert. Wow. See, there's the opportunity on our end to get 2 on a fast break and unable to convert. Creighton basketball.
I love Sean's comment there. So much Duke in these Creighton players where it's like, don't get called for any fouls, but then every foul you don't get, you're complaining the entire time. That's 100% accurate.
Duke is Duke. They're everywhere. 23-21, 8:46 in the first half. Creighton up with the basketball. Vince enters the game. Check the score. Offensive foul. Oh, man, I see. I think O'Connell got fooled there. We've seen way worse than this not go called. I mean, he doesn't really extend his arm. Davon does a good job selling it.
Yeah.
But if we want that to be – of course. And another thing, of course, they could call it because Ashworth didn't have the basketball.
Yep.
Great job just keeping their non-stars away from the whistle. Vince up top. Lewis, top of the key, 1 dribble pull-up from 25, buries it. Didn't love the shot, but he hit it. 24-23. St. John's gets its second lead of the game, first since being up 3-0. Man, again, I'm predicting these visuals. Maestro today. Neal flies by Wilcher for 2, 25-24, too easy. And we've got Vince in there, and we didn't see any rim protection. Smith looks to drive hard. I think he used his elbow there just as much as Creighton did. Turnaround jumper, gets the roll, 26-25. First basket for Smith. Asking the ref, hey, where's the whistle, Bob?
Shoulder looked all right there.
It did. Neal crosses over Wilcher. He's by him again. Smith comes for the help. Recovers. Kalkbrenner has it now. Neal back top of the key. He resets. Wants the screen to go against Wilcher. Shakes him. Now he's got Vince on him. Vince contests from 3. Smith there for the rebound. Shot clock violation. They're going to call it a shot clock violation. Great defensive effort there by St. John. So it's what it's going to take the rest of the game.
That got the crowd fired up.
Yeah. Yeah. Is the crowd into it? 102. Sean, are you watching on YouTube or Twitter? Michael Bevelak, were you watching on YouTube or Twitter? Answer in the chat.
I'm trying to follow our YouTube chat in case we get any questions or anything in there.
So I think the YouTube chat brings them right into what we're seeing here in StreamYard.
That's the YouTube.
I'm not sure if there's any correlation to connection to Twitter. If anyone wants to chat in there, I don't think they can. They can just leave comments on the post. If anybody wants to jump on during halftime, share their thoughts, send us a chat or let us know in a DM on Twitter. We can give you the link and we can bring it right on screen here. And you can chop it up live and in person. But you gotta be willing. Gotta be willing to show your face publicly.
Did you ever check out Fana's like Big East Twitter Spaces? I think
Yeah.
you guys know that. Did you ever see the one guy, Ghost of Lou Carnesecca, came on and he had like a voice modulator? You could tell Fanta was trying not to laugh. Just
Yeah, I saw a clip of that. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Couple
terrible
YouTubers.
but hilarious at the same time.
Yeah, Fanta, I mean, it's obviously not new news, but he really is just skyrocketing up the sphere of college basketball content.
Yeah, walked right by him and Raph to get to our seats on Wednesday at Nova. Said what's up to Fanta.
Yeah. Did he acknowledge a lonely, a lowly man such as yourself?
Gave me a head pump and a fist bump, which was cool.
All right. We'll take that. What about Raph? Was he walking?
He was in the zone. He didn't give a shit.
Yeah. Raph's the best. I mean, there's nothing better to me than listening to a game with Raph. If Raph was doing this game, I wouldn't be doing this.
I said it on Twitter the other day. I thought Raph and Gus Johnson was a great combo when the new Big East first launched, and they had them like Sunday games. And they broke them apart.
Yeah, they sold them as the premier, duo, and it was good, and it had a really big game feel to it. But I just think Gus Johnson's just a little bit too much for me. I like him in his spot.
Is it worse now, him without Raph? Like, I never really thought he was that bad when he was with Raph. And now when I don't even know who they had partnered with the last time he was on our
Probably
call.
Jim Jackson.
It was
usually Jim Jackson.
Yeah, it was awful.
I just think he doesn't do much college hoops anymore. So probably it just doesn't seem authentic for guys like us who listen to it over and over again. If you just hear him for the first time, he probably still, can fake it with just his energy, But to those people who are watching the game because they know the two teams, it doesn't really strike a chord. 7:26 left. St. John's up 26-25. Stephen Ashworth falls. I think we've seen him on the ground once so far. Surprising.
You still going? You're over 5 for points for Prey and Lefty combined?
I am.
Confidence.
Ooh, bad alley-oop pass attempt by Richmond looking for Vince. Didn't get it there. I'm a Catalone guy myself. Yeah, shout out to Andrew Catalone, our CBS Sports broadcasting team with Steve Lapis. Lapis certainly has his moments of confusion, but I think Catalone is spot on, and we're big fans of Andrew here at the Red Storm Rapid Reaction Podcast. A steal and a bucket by St. John's makes it 28-25. Now a foul on the inbounds pass. I saw RJ get the steal. It looked like the pressure up front by Prey and is it Wiltshire in there with them caused the errant pass. So team effort there. St. John's assists so far 10 of 11 made baskets, sharing the sugar, as our old friend Steve Lavin would say. Another steal on the inbounds play. Scrum underneath. It's going to be a jump ball. Sticks here with Creighton. Man, missed opportunity there for St. John's to get a steal right underneath Creighton's basket. We had a situation like this in our game the other night. There was 3 seconds left in the half, a scrum for the ball underneath. They blew the whistle with 0.2 seconds left for a jump ball, and it gave us the possession with 0.2, but we had to go the full length of the basket. So it was really just a turnover for us, so we didn't get the ball.
A waste of your jump ball possession, yeah.
Exactly.
Was this one of your technicals?
No, that was me nudging the score clock operator like, hey, just let that tick next time. Come on.
Always working an angle.
We need to. Zuby checking back in. St. John's made up some points there. I think they were down 1 when Vince checked in. He leaves and they're up 3, so a good little sprint there from Vince. Allows Zuby to get a rest. It's the starters right now minus Scott, praying for him. Back screen. Here comes Ashworth looking to get the ball up top. Neal gives it to him. Prey now on Kalkbrenner, fronts him in the post. I like that matchup. Prey is a huge body out there. Knows how to defend, knows how to create space. They're going to give it to Ashworth. There's foul number 2. No foul. Stays here. Creighton ball underneath the basket. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Who will they call this St. John's foul on? Cole.
It's going to be somebody. That much you can guarantee. You got to love the defensive effort, though. Like 7 assists to 7 turnovers for Creighton.
Forced a tough look there. St. John's gets the rebound off the Kalkbrenner miss. Yeah, so far. Oh, Prey on the baseline. Oh, no foul on Kalkbrenner, of course. Could have been clean. Couldn't tell there. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Ashworth pump fakes, gets by Zuby, now finds Neal top of the key, who fires it, misses it, long rebound. Creighton, Ashworth top of the key, resets. Now he'll let it fire again, buries it. And he got fouled. Oh, man. That's where they kill you. Offensive rebounds and threes. Let's see this. Look like a clean block. I like that Prey went after it.
That he got out there to contest? Oh, going for the yam, you mean?
Yeah, going for the yam. The contest I could do without, obviously, on the foul. I got teed up. An obvious one. I knew I would get teed up just swearing in the refs here. Shot clock was at 23 seconds, and there wasn't a 10-second violation called. So, they could have been an error operator there, but in my book, that's a long 10 seconds, and I let him hear about it. And I knew as soon as I said it, it was a technical foul, and it was not a good one.
What the F is that? What was the exact word, the exact phrase said?
Effing BS. I think.
Potty mouth.
Yeah, not like me, and I knew it once when I said it, and yeah, not a good one. I waited till they of course hit a 3 on the possession, and that's when I came out. Whoa, that's not a kick. I thought he kicked his shin out there on that crossover. Leads to a dunk down the other way. All of a sudden, Creighton back up 3, 31-28. Man. Zuby doesn't shoot this one. Finds Smith, sets him a screen. Smith, open 16-footer, buries it. Looked good there. Creighton is doing a really good job inbounding before we can get our pressure matchup set up.
Mm-hmm.
Neal has been going at Wiltshire this whole half, and this time's able to get by him and force a foul. And unfortunately, that's going to be free throws the rest of the way for Creighton. Wait a second. Am I not seeing that right? Cole, you're behind. Did he not stick his foot out and kick that crossover?
I thought he did.
Chat, what do we got?
100%.
Oh, God.
I think from a shooting perspective, this is the most comfortable Davon's looked since he first hurt that shoulder. And confident with the shot.
Haven't seen a 3 yet, but yeah, it's looked good. 32-30, Neal gets the roll. $33-30, 4 minutes, 40 seconds left. St. John's has it. Kadari now. Been a quiet first half for him. Comes around the screen, finds Zuby on a dump off. No foul. Man. St. John's underneath. Sean, will we see another blob here? A blob for a bucket, I should say. We will see a blob. Will it come in a bucket? Zuby catches it, finds Kadari now on the baseline. Smith, top of the key. He'll attack Ashworth, gets by him, goes right to the rim, finishes on the other side. Uses the rim there for protection against Kalkbrenner, who was lurking for the block. 33-32, Creighton. Come on. Come on. Get a stop here, St. John's. Hopefully the Garden's loud as hell. Ashworth gets it on the baseline, curls it right into the paint, finishes it over the help defense of Io. It's tough there. I mean, Smith has to chase that screen, can't give him any space. And that time, Ashworth was able to curl it, get a step going to the paint, and he was able to finish inside. Smith now top of the key, another 16-footer this time. Short, but gets the bounce. 35-34.
You got to think that sold-out crowd has to be mostly red, right? I mean, I know Creighton has a great fan base, but I don't see them traveling from Nebraska.
You really think so? I mean, I can't imagine more than 20%, right? I mean,
you can't imagine them having a ton of NYC alumni.
No,
and obviously that trip is going to be a sellout with a lot of UConn people because they travel well and a lot of people live in the.
Yeah, we're probably hoping for 65 on that UConn game, right? Maybe. Yeah, I don't even know. Neal contested three. Whew. Go ahead, Cole. You probably have you seen it yet? That one looked like it was going in. Zuby, top of the key, not top of the key, but open for three, misses it on the wing there. Ashworth finds Zuby. Zuby fronting at Kalkbrenner, gets a steal. Smith, full speed. They call a foul on the ground there.
We get back from the break. How many attempts we got so far today?
He hit his first two, and he's missed it.
3
2. Yeah. I'm going to say 2 for 4, maybe 2 for 5. Mike Bevilacqua, statistician, can you get us an update on that, please? More Diagon Smith. Yeah, I have to explain that one. Oh, you want to read that comment?
And I'm gonna defer to the Red Storm Rapid Reactions political analysts on those ideas. That's for more smart and intelligent people than me to come to a resolution.
There's
complicated situation in a complicated area.
Yeah, well, Mullen, he wants answers, and hopefully he'll stick around even if we're not going to give him those answers. Stat needed. What's the 3-point numbers on Zuby edge of 3 today? I was saying 2 for 4, but it could be 2 for 5.
I mean, obviously it's a point of emphasis trying to drag Kalkbrenner away from the paint, but I wouldn't have been the first person signing up for
Zuby's 2 for 4. Sean says, very interesting. Sim been getting beat by Neal off the dribble, and Rick still urging him to set up 26 plus feet from the basket. Yeah. I'm gonna just assume it's the coach's approach, but I ask the same question every time with Vince doing that. You know, Vince is not Zuby 25 feet from the basket and shouldn't be trying to be Zuby 25 feet from the basket. And he constantly is guarding the ball closely. I wonder if it's him just refusal not to stay in or if it's the approach that he's told to go with. But Wiltshire, yeah, getting beat, and it's going to have to stop. Congrats, Cole, by the way, on the Eagles Super Bowl.
Oh, it's a glorious couple of days here between St. John's having that terrific week with wins over Marquette and UConn, and then the Eagles finishing off the Super Bowl run.
Yeah, I mean, you could practically celebrate that game from the first quarter on. So.
Oh God, yeah, it's probably terrible for anybody who wasn't a fan of the Eagles.
It wasn't very intriguing. People are dying to hear your thoughts on the halftime performance, though.
Also, another thing similar to my position of the Israel-Palestine situation that I'm going to punt on making any comments. That was actually a liquor run for me and the girlfriend at that point.
Wow.
It was,
would you just the two of you watch? You guys go to a party?
Yeah, no, we were just chilling.
what was some of the menu looking like for you and for the girl?
We were trying to go healthy. We were not drinking the entire first half. So I made like some nice flounder fillets. We had some waffle fry action going on, a nice salad I whipped up. And then by like halftime, we were like, this game sucks. Let's get drunk.
Flounder fillets. Wow. How about it? Add it to the list of Cole's accomplishments.
Oh, man. Master. I'm always in the kitchen.
Mullen chimes in, says, impartial fan of the NFL. Me personally, enjoyed the Super Bowl greatly. Well, glad to hear it.
I think a lot of people probably didn't want to see that Chiefs team pull a three-peat. They're an unlikable bunch.
Blocked by Kalkbrenner, or was that a pass by Richmond? Interested to see how the box score credits that one. But Zuby collects it, finishes it underneath, 36-35. Good guys. 2:30 left in the first half. They've got Smith guarding Neal now on this possession at least. Lewis guarding Ashford. Zuby alone in the post against Kalkbrenner. Isolated on the right block. Kalkbrenner spins back baseline, goes up with two, met at the rim. St. John's is able to gather it. Not a clean look there by Kalkbrenner. Good help defense. Smith now attacks Kalkbrenner. One dribble in the paint. I thought that was a foul. Yikes. Foul called. Creighton going the other way.
So yeah, to Mike's question in the chat, yeah, Sixers, Phillies, Eagles, disgruntled Sixers fan who has hated the process and losing on purpose, and now having Joel Embiid be our best player who doesn't want to play half the time. And
he's a Philly boy. Cole's a Philly boy. He likes water
ice,
and a hoagie,
and going to the shore.
Are you a Pats or Geno's guy? Have we put that on record out here? Or?
Come on, man. You're showing your ignorance of Philadelphia by throwing Pats and Geno's out there. Oh,
my ignorance of Philadelphia. Sorry, bro. I ain't a Philadelphia guy.
No. Anybody would tell you got to go off of sort of the main Pats Geno's and go elsewhere. The real sandwich of most Philadelphia's is the roast pork sandwich with the broccoli rabe. You can get that from DeNick's. DeNick's.
Yeah. D apostrophe. Oh, RJ fouled on the mid-range jumper. Cole, you're gonna have to hold down the floor for 1 second. I gotta get my AirPod.
People are gonna be tight that we went from the YouTube stream to the live cable broadcast.
Did we do that?
Smith hands down to RJ in the paint. RJ fade jumper off the front of the rim. Looks like he got a foul.
D'Alessandro's Sean chimes in. That's a name I've heard of. Yes.
So Sean was doing med school at Temple, so he's probably better to speak to all the Philly food scene situation opposed to me being out in the burbs.
Temple. When was he there?
Actually, if you're gonna go any cheesesteak, now I'll show my bouginess and tell you Barclay Prime is one of the premier steakhouses in the city that does $140 foie gras and wagyu cheesesteak topped with like a truffle cheese.
What did you call me?
A bottle of champagne. You're really trying to impress a lady. You take him out and get that.
You said Sean was at Temple for a year?
Did Temple med school, yeah.
What years were you there, Sean? Chime in the chat. Might have some friend crossover there. We're gonna figure that out. Oh, Neil's gonna run down for a layup. IO
pork roll. Taylor Ham
is giving up a few easy baskets.
Taylor Ham is
13 through 17. Buddy Paul, if you're listening in the chat, weren't you there for year 13 or was that year 14? But it had to be one of those years. We got a good buddy Paul who was at Temple football player for a season during that stretch. Ashworth really going in the paint, and of course, throws that head back and gets a foul call. Little gabagool, vinegar, peppers, and provolone, 14-17. All right, might have been 13 for Michael or Paul. Shout out to Temple football. Stephen Ashworth, a solid 95 and 98 from the free throw line. Perhaps he's due. Misses the first one. Was that the announcer jinx? Do I get credit for that, huh?
You get credit for the jinx. Didn't he miss one in our first matchup too?
That you put the bets in, boys. Io for 3, nothing but air. Zuby underneath finds Io on the cut. Zuby from 15 feet uses the glass, banks it in, 40-37, St. John. 41 seconds up in the clock, 28 on the shot clock. St. John's has a chance to get a stop and a score here. Neal uses the screen. Thought I heard a whistle. Neal attacks, free throw line jumper. Buries it. Neal, one of those guys this year in his first year as a Creighton guy, seems to be a guy who's going to perform well against St. John's. Just has that feel to him. Patino's going to use his loser use a timeout. Use or lose a timeout.
I could do without the Sabine Io 3-point shots too.
Yeah, that was we ended up scoring there, but yeah, that was not a good look. Asked Cole about drinking at 6 a.m. for college game day at the Liberty Bell before the Temple Notre Dame game. It was Halloween. We were dressed like a pirate and Cookie Monster stumbling around. I went to that Notre Dame Temple game at Notre Dame though. That's I wonder what year you're talking about. Was that at
It was like Temple's only good year when they had that rule. They were ranked. It was a ranked matchup. College game
but
day.
At Notre Dame.
No, this is at Philly. This is at Lincoln Financial Field.
Oh, okay. All right.
They did right by the Liberty Bell. They set up college game day. It was sick. Yeah, and we were drunk in the morning. Still living our college years back then.
Yeah, we drove out. Me and three buddies drove out to Notre Dame when my buddy was on the Temple football game. We drove out to Notre Dame to watch Temple versus Notre Dame. Furthest west I've ever been.
I've never been to Notre Dame. That campus has to be unbelievably beautiful.
It was really cool. Really cool. Lefty. Oh, oh my God, man. That is his MO. Put Lefty in for the last possession of the half and rims out from an easy looking shot, but a decent look from three. Would have been big.
That would have been big for your over under 5 points.
Would have been big all around. St. John's 40-39. I think the way the game first started, you're decently happy with this start.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And St. John's the second half team, buddy.
Yeah.
Buckle up.
Yeah. I don't think.
Does your YouTube TV pause?
I don't have YouTube TV at this current moment.
What the hell do you have?
Now I'm watching through Spectrum, baby. Back on Spectrum. This is just on FS1, so I didn't have to borrow my buddy's YouTube TV passcode.
We'll give it a pause for 2 seconds so we can sync up here.
I can't. There's no pause in it.
Unbelievable.
It's live. They're telling you it's that Philly satellite. I'm sure, though, most of the chat's good here.
What type of cheapskate operation you running over there?
JG9 Raid, sending love, go Johnnies. Hey, this is a huge game. Kirk's Music. Shout out Kirk's Music. Hey, if anybody wants to come in and face to face, like I said, feel free. We'll hit you in here. We'll send you the link. We'll get you up on this live feed with us. 40-39, St. John's at the half. Mo, when you get a chance, or Michael, give us the updated line, updated current bet line. What we got here? Who the heck is official Jaguar Gator 9 Raid? Go Johnnies, though, baby.
We got fans across the world.
Let me in. Okay, we're gonna let. All right, we're gonna go with Michael first.
You got to feel good going into half with a lead.
Yeah. I think the line was for the half prior to the game starting was a 3.5 point spread in the first half. I didn't think St. John's would cover that in the first half. But I think you're happy with being up. A lot will be determined in this early part of the half. So
you got to
want to get in a point.
You got to be thrilled with Davon having 8 points, 4 of 7 shooting when we didn't even know that he was going to play.
Yeah. No, Davon looked good by and large. And I guess even bigger news than that is like we don't have to worry if like there's something serious. He could be out for a large duration. He's
When
obviously
Rick's throwing out that he's out for the entire regular season, then immediately plays the next game.
yeah. So bullet dodge there. We got our first guest here. Cole. See who we got here. Johnny Guy.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, guys?
Thoughts on the first half there, Johnny Guy?
Solid half. I mean, responded pretty well after getting down 10 early. I'm guessing, I mean, Scott had the 2 fouls. He didn't play enough. I assume that's why, but I think we could use him out there. I think he's a difference maker, especially coming off the game he had last game.
That is Coach Patino, the Godfather's hardened rule. He doesn't play a guy with 2 fouls in the first half. So
2 fouls.
No matter the situation, it's been written in stone. We've seen it over and over again. So
butt is glued to the bench.
Yeah.
Butt is glued to the bench. Second you get that second foul.
But good point. Yeah, we didn't see him for a large duration of that half. And he's very important to our defense, man. I know he's one of your favorites, right, Johnny Guy?
Yeah, I mean, he's long. He's got the tools. He can stretch the court, and he takes threes that maybe some guys are a little afraid to take.
You want to give us your honest opinion on Ashworth or Kalkbrenner, these guys on Creighton? Do you like these guys?
You know, I don't want to say I like them. I think someone made a point in the chat about connections to Duke teams, and that's obviously just them being white guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a lot there for sure. That could be a comparison to be made.
It seems, I mean, good half, but I also think some 50-50 balls, I think, have gone Creighton's way as well as foul calls. I think they got more of a favorable whistle than the Johnnies got. Hopefully that's
whistles, man. Yeah. Can we get a foul on Kalkbrenner? Couple easy transition baskets. St. John's fell asleep.
Yep. Yeah.
I think we clean this up. Are you invested in this game?
Yeah, I'm on the Johnnies money line when they went down early, like 6 or so.
In game.
Invested. Pounced on a good opportunity. I like to see that. We'll be cheering along with you there. Johnny's guy.
Really appreciate it. Keep up the good work. Well, let someone else pop in here.
All right, Johnny Guy. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Love it. Shout out to Johnny's guy. Smart bet, Kirk says. Well, Johnny's guy, this guy should be full. Yeah, who knows? I mean, this is where Cole found his opportunity, and look what it's made him. A full-time co-host partner in this operation. I mean,
that YouTube revenue stream coming in. Damn, man. That's how do you think I get these freaking Villanova courtside seats?
I'm going to send the invite over to Brother Sean, too. If anybody else wants to hop on, like I said, just let us know, and we can make it happen. By and large, I'm going to have to vet you a little bit, but we'll get you on there.
Make sure you're not a Creighton fan.
Maybe that would be good. Maybe a Creighton fan would be exactly what we need. Brother Sean, I'm sending you the link to stream. Balls in your court.
Yeah, I think you got to be thrilled with only 3 turnovers in the first half, 14 assists on 16 made baskets. Like you said, Lav would call that sharing the sugar for sure.
Yeah, let's take a look at the box score. That 3 by Lefty would have been really nice, really freaking nice. For his confidence, for St. John's momentum, a lot of things obviously, but wasn't it? I think we get the ball to start the half, 40-39. Zuby.
I like Sean's name tag.
Brother Sean.
What's up?
In the
Welcome
flash.
back.
He's got to put his name tag now as Brother Sean because he's been locked out of his Twitter account for the last 2 months.
Yeah. My email is my St. John's email from 2007. Haven't had access in a decade.
So recovering.
You can't get on your Twitter account right now?
No, dude, I haven't been able to for 2 weeks.
Man, that's a retweet we're counting on, Sean. Jeez.
I know. Yeah, I'm decreasing your engagement just
by 50%, man.
Yeah, right.
Taking it hacked by some Russian porn bot.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, good job, guys, man. This has actually been a lot of fun. The chat's buzzing. Everybody's excited.
Yeah, it's hard to really tell how it's going because it just feels like me and Cole are having a conversation by ourselves. So
Yeah.
good to hear that it's somewhat enjoyable for those people listening. There's people viewing. I watch. This is how I watch my Knicks games. There's a bunch of accounts that do this for Knicks games, and I don't get MSG right now. So when I follow along on Knicks games, I do it on just like these live YouTube watch-alongs, and they seem to be pretty good. You get more and more people into it, some chats, and I think it could be something. But it's also a lot of work, and
Oh,
might not be the most enjoyable way for me and Cole to watch the game.
God bless Matt. He's doing God's work, doing the play-by-play. He's just spoiling every single possession for me because I'm like 4 seconds behind.
Yeah, no, I am too. Like my live television broadcast is like just briefly behind you.
So Pat's theory of it's a satellite traveling from New York down to Pennsylvania and a satellite traveling from New York to Wisconsin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, God fucking forbid I pay $200 for cable TV. God forbid it be live.
I actually like it. I actually like it because it takes some of the stress out of it. It's like, like, my heart doesn't break every single like, oh, this is going to go in. Great.
That's true. That's kind of what I've had a few games like that this year when I just said, fuck it, just tell me the score before I rewatch this game so I don't have to sit there and, biting my fingernails at 1 a.m.
Yeah, I do that all the time when it's like I like TiVo it or whatever, or record it, and it's like halftime, and like of course I look on my phone. You know what I mean? Like you have to at that point. But
all right, so Sean, your thoughts on how we're gonna pull away in the second half? How do you think?
I mean, like hopefully they can keep up shooting pretty well. I thought you guys made a great point about Davon. That jumper looks the best it has since he probably started with the injury stuff. Like to see him pull 3 or 2. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You hate like these kind of like closer games with a team like Creighton because it's like you just think like when's Ashworth going to hit a couple of threes in a row and all of a sudden it's a problem.
Oh, don't say that out loud, man.
Yeah,
4 of 13 from 3 in the first half for 30%. Like you got to be happy with holding them to 30% for an entire half. But
yeah. Wait, was that St. John's numbers from 3 in the first half?
That's Creighton. Creighton was 30%. We shot 38% from the field. But it's like you got to think both numbers are going to regress to the mean.
Yeah. Yeah, and Johnny Fan throwing out that Aaron Scott thing. He was shooting the ball well, too, right before he got taken out. So maybe get him going. Need some more points in the paint for sure. I hate that. I mean, I know I said that earlier. I hate this matchup with Kalkbrenner. I will not be upset with him when him and Ashworth are finally.
Seriously, enough's enough. Yeah, it's like no matter what we do, it just seems like he's always within arm's reach to contest it, whether that's a mid-range jumper or a shot around the rim. It's just the clean looks are just non-existent.
Yeah, I know. Even when Cole and I were talking like early on in the season, looking at the schedule, it was like even being really optimistic. I think I still had us down for 2 losses with Creighton just because I hate that matchup so much.
Yeah, I know. It's I wish they had a couple other slip ups before this game versus us where they weren't still within reach, and this didn't seem like almost a game for first place. I mean, it is that game, but they've done so well away from through the rest of the league that losing to them, our one loss being to them, is kind of coming back to be scary. With a chance to wrap things up.
Pat, was there anybody else that was looking to get on? I don't want to like hog your time here.
Looks like we got one fan waiting to come on, but we got a long time here, Sean. So if you got anything else you want to add, feel free. I mean, don't feel rushed.
Hopefully, I'm just like you said. I mean, it's the de facto game for first place here. There's a lot on the line. It's kind of a bite your nails second half here.
John, you obviously caught the Villanova game.
Yeah.
What did you think about shooting Jack and 37 threes against them?
I mean, like Rick wants him to shoot. I was texting with one of my buddies and it's like, he's been preaching this. I mean, at least, he's been consistent about it. He wants them jacking them and they had some success, particularly early on shooting the ball. And he just kind of wanted to ride that wave. I thought going forward to get the shooting going, like I thought, obviously you don't want to lose by 2 points to a Villanova team when we were that hot. But like going forward, I mean, that's the missing piece, right? Like the 3-point shooting, like if you can get it going and even if it like portends well for like going further into the season, I think that would be advantageous for sure. But
You had to like Simeon's guts to be able to hoist those 2 threes at the end of the game. Obviously, would have been nice. He made the second one too, but
yeah, I thought he got an okay look at it. I mean, how we are. Like you're always thinking like, oh, go for the easy 2, right? Like that's just not.
That's
not the way like basketball works anymore. So like you kind of knew that was coming up, but like yeah, I mean like Sim, we've talked before on the show. Like Sim, it's always been like a confidence thing. It seems like with him. So like, and maybe that is part of the whole like Rick telling him to jack it up because it's like when he's playing confident, he's a different guy. So
yeah, I thought it was going to go in. I thought it was a decent enough look, and it would have won it. Would have been on the road going for the win. Like I said, I'm not going to second guess it too much. Would have preferred Kadari trying to get to the rim or RJ getting towards the paint, but decent enough look where I'm not going to kill either of them for it.
Yeah, and we've had a couple of late game possessions like that where, well, I think the first time against Creighton, right, was like. That was like the RJ Lewis jacked it up, and Rick said he had called it for Zuby. I don't know about you guys because I was actually going to bring that up and I just forgot to. But like, late game possessions, like how do you not go with Kadari? I mean, Rick's forgotten more than I'll ever know about basketball, but it just seems like that's like the perfect like one-on-one with Kadari, just because it's like he gets whatever he wants.
Yeah,
we saw that game tying runner he had against Baylor before overtime.
Yeah,
and we saw it against Marquette too. And like, if not for the fact that RJ was the one who hit the shot against UConn, Kadari was the one he trusted to make the pass from out of bounds. Although RJ did have it for that preceding possession before it led to us being the inbounder. So, yeah, my choice would be Kadari. Wouldn't be anybody else, and I'd trust him to make the decision.
Yeah, and then they always have, on the drive, they kind of have like Davon almost in like that Davon or Zuby kind of in like that dunker spot, and they kind of like dive with the drive in case somebody would come up and help from down low. I think that's like your breadwinner right there. Like if you're gonna draw it up for end of game possession like that.
Sorry, Sean. I had to change my earpod there. I missed you for 1 second.
Oh, you're good.
Now, you want to try? We're gonna try to bring on Big Juice, I guess.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, Sean, thanks for jumping on. Keep us chimed in the chat. If you want to hop back in at some point in the second half, let us know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right,
Big Juice coming to the stage right now.
Juicy.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Talk to us.
Shout out. What's happening?
Squeezing it. How are you guys doing?
Hanging in there, dude. How's it sounding from the audio perspective?
To be honest with you, that's what I want to say. You guys sound awesome, first of all. This is my first time seeing the pod. To be honest with you, I'm a newer fan, so I don't have all the info that you guys have, but I've been loving watching them this year. And
come on board, man. Come on board. There's plenty of room on the bandwagon, dude. Come on.
I appreciate it. I plan on joining this bandwagon unless they don't go very far. Then I'll find another team next year, of course. I'm just kidding. No. I really like it. Just from me, an outsider's perspective, maybe see a little bit more from this RJ guy. But I think, they're playing super great. I don't know this other team super well, but they have a pretty decent, what's it called? Average so far this season. It seems like. Come on, give me some stuff.
No,
here, guys.
Big Juice. I appreciate the call and the insight. RJ has lately been a second half guy. He's had a few first half slow starts and picked up in the second half. So I think that's not out of the realm of possibility. He gets going. But 10 and 7, as our scoreboard says right now, 10.7 rebounds. If we're to duplicate that, I think we take it. It's tough. That big white guy.
A little closer than I was expecting for today. Were we expecting it to be this close to halftime though?
Yeah, I thought it'd be a tight game, and this is about what we expected.
Vegas was saying 6, so
okay.
Hopefully we can take it away a little bit in the second half.
I saw Michael did the money line. I think that was
Johnny guy. You're back again. What do you got? Second half underway.
Hey, Big Juice, welcome to the bandwagon, man.
Hey, thanks, Johnny guy.
Yeah, I just had to make a quick pit stop, load up for the second half.
Smart man.
Already misses a mid-range jumper to start the first half.
What's up? What did he say?
I just had one quick clarification. I think someone in the chat earlier said something like Davey he gone Smith. instead of
late
Davion
whistle.
Smith. You know what I'm
nobody
saying?
knows what
I
you're
think
saying.
Someone said something.
Guy, get off the line.
Someone said
You
something
keep cutting
about
out.
Davion Smith. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's what he meant, but he might still be working on it.
Yeah, I think the pun attempt from one of our fans kind of landed flat there. The Zubia three was pretty good, but the Davion needs some work. Hey fellas, Big Juice, Johnny Guy, love the input, love the attitude.
Let's get this.
Are you
win.
gonna kick us out now? Are you
We're
kicking
gonna
us out
kick
already?
you out until the
Yeah,
next
we gotta
TL.
lock back in.
We're
Well,
gonna kick
this
you
is
out.
just
See you
getting
guys.
fun.
Keep it up.
All right.
Big Juice, peace. All right, 40-40. St. John's tied now, 19-30 in the second half. Shout out to our fans who wanted to bring the energy at halftime, but it's a little complicated once the game gets started.
They brought the energy and the alacrity.
Wilcher drives through, kicks out to RJ. RJ 16-footer, buries it. Man, if you're a fan for an opposing team, Wilcher gets called 90 feet away from the hoop again. 2 fouls early on St. John's. That one looked questionable, or at least if that's going to be a foul, they'll be close to 18 this half alone.
Yeah, I don't like that whistle. I mean, it looked clean to me.
Federico Musini ain't walking through these doors. Unfortunately, Mullen, that's correct.
Thankfully, Chris Mullen isn't walking through the doors either. At least the coach version of Chris Mullen.
42-40 St. John's.
Johnny Thunberg getting the crowd fired up.
Richmond guarded McAndrew. Smith in the game early in the second half for Wilcher, who picked up those fouls. Green decides to shoot from 3, doesn't make it. RJ, rebound and go. Pushes up the court to Richmond. Richmond now finds RJ. RJ attacks. Kalkbrenner. Tough shot at the rim. Zuby there underneath. There's our late foul whistle. All right, Zuby will go to the line for 2. Of course, they had to wait for another person besides Kalkbrenner to be in there to call a foul. As we have seen, is the precedent set.
Don't be silly, Pat. Don't expect any fouls called on Kalkbrenner.
Big Juice. Did you want to add something, Big Juice? Well, Big Juice has been removed from the stage for the time being.
I'm here, man. Don't ever say I'm not around, man. I was literally just waiting. I can't wait to get back.
Big Juice, give us some insight, all right?
Well, I don't want to ruin the game for everybody watching it. I love watching along with you guys. What I'm seeing right now, I don't know if I'm a little bit ahead, though. I don't want to screw up where you are.
What are you seeing?
Well, so number 1 on Creighton's going in right now. Is it Creighton or Creighton? I don't want to fuck that up again.
Creighton,
yeah. So number 1.
How much
Creighton,
time does what's the scoreboard say time-wise?
18:08, 18:07.
Right, so you're ahead of me. Yeah, we're gonna have to neutralize.
Here, give me 1 second. I'll pause it for 1 second. I can pause it. Where are you at?
Pause it. Get to 18. We're about 10 seconds behind you.
Okay, hold on. Because I want to be like a live correspondent.
Out of bounds on the baseline. Creighton will keep it. Whoa. That's not a reset on the shot clock, is it? Okay, 4 seconds on the shot clock.
We should be the only ones getting home cooking.
Man.
I got Stripes have the ball right now, Mr. Ref.
Big Juice,
we're doing shirt and skit. Oh, and then I saw 11 do something. We'll see. I don't want to say too quick.
We're muting Big Juice until he gets his on. Yep. All right. Dunked by Kalkbrenner is what he's talking about. Okay, Big Juice. Remove Big Juice for a minute. Once it gets to the next timeout, Big Juice, we'll get you synced up. RJ, top of the key. I'm sorry. Kadari from 3 in the corner, in and out. Man. Oh, man, we've had a few in and out jump shots. Creighton's got it down 1. Kalkbrenner, top of the key. McAndrew pulls, buries a 3 in RJ's face. 45-43, Creighton up 2.
Only 8 points in the paint so far for St. John's. We got to start finding a way to get at least some action in there. It's obviously the Kalkbrenner effect.
I think we need some transition baskets, man. Need a steal, something in the open court. There's a backdoor cut. Get in. Good cut, good pass. It's a shot you usually see RJ make.
Ugh.
Big Juice, next time out, we'll bring you on. All right, man? They've run that about every baseline out of bounds. They've done a good job defending it. RJ at the line for 2. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists so far. 4 for 10 from the field. Solid all-around numbers game. Misses the first.
RJ game. Volume shooter, putting up points, getting boards.
Makes the second. You guys mind if I crack a cold one? Please, man. Go ahead. Open one up. Bring one for us. Smith guards Ashworth. Top of the key. 45-44. Zuby aggressively top of the key. Makes Kalkbrenner put it on the floor. Kalkbrenner drives in, gets Zuby in the air, and one finish. Kalkbrenner just drove Zuby from the top of the key, got him in the air, finished through his contact. That's a tough matchup, man. Again, though, why is Zuby pressuring that far away from the rim? Nine points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks for Kalkbrenner so far.
How many times has he's a 3-time defending defensive player of the year?
He is sophomore, juniors, and his 4th year.
Yeah. Incredible.
Michael says, similar to the first half, take the punches and then punch back. Yeah, we're going to have to punch back. You're going to have to punch back. Attacks, finishes at the rim over Kalkbrenner. 2-point drive for Kadari, a 2-point game. Now Creighton up 2. Gonna need a steal, man. Gonna have to get an easy basket. Can't play a possession by possession game with Creighton. They're eventually gonna score in the half court, man.
You got to speed him up.
Ashworth, man. See, you can have all the athleticism in the world there, and nobody will even debate that Ashworth's in the same realm athletically as Smith. But you're patient, you have good ball fakes, and he just blew by him. Clean look, man. Smith pull up, misses it.
Michael saying that was TJ McConnell.
Just as annoying.
Small white
up top.
Mid-range game.
Kadari guarding him. Vince in the game now. Here comes a flare screen. Neal has it. Picked by Kadari. Let's see if St. John's can get out. 4-on-2 break. Kadari gets the free throw line. Runner gets the roll. Big shot there. 50-48. Kadari with 4 points in the second half. (50-48), 15:06. Ashworth, Smith, both trying to sell calls. Neal driving on. Okay, Vince coming in big. I wish he'd just try to grab it. Maybe I'm just being too greedy there, but blocks it out of bounds. Could have just probably grabbed it out of thin air. Still, better than nothing at all. Good.
Better than not. He heard your complaints about not being a rim protector. He's
yeah,
like, all right,
I can't have everything. So credit to Vince there for help defense. All right, Big Juice. Some half, or what should I say? Some timeout entertainment. What do you got, man?
I mean, that climb back was I was gritting my teeth the whole time, but we got right back there. No, I'm being serious. We were down by what, a 6 at one point? Basically,
yeah, we've been comeback kids all year.
Hard climb back when you have an opponent they're right there. So
yeah,
I mean, I would
100%.
say that was about as good as it gets. But they're not making many mistakes, and there's not really many spots to get in on them. But I don't know.
Big Juice, you were saying in the comments, at least I thought I saw you say in the comments that you were a fan of the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
I
Can you
didn't
speak
mention
on
that,
that?
but that's a good question, dude. I thought it was great. I thought it was. I didn't know many of the songs. It was newer stuff. I haven't listened to Kendrick in a while, but yeah, man, I thought it was super cool. Like,
Yeah, do you think he nailed it?
yeah, 100%. And to me, I was freaking shocking that he did the Drake song, but I thought it was pretty wild to say that in front of America. But who am I?
Yeah,
I don't know.
you thought he pushed the envelope with that one?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. Calls the dude a pedo in it. It's kind of a mean song, but I don't think they're besties, so I don't think it really matters. But
No, they're not besties. No.
do they have any sort of? Is there? If you get further into the college games and stuff, do you guys eventually have like sick halftime shows for like the biggest games and stuff? Are there any like?
No, not
Yeah,
for
dude,
college basketball.
We get Red Panda who comes out, who's this little tiny Asian lady on a unicycle, and she rides
There's
up
that.
and takes the little bowls and flips them onto her head.
Okay,
Super
well,
Bowl
that sounds.
Kendrick Lamar, we get Asian lady with unicycle.
Yeah, that's as good as Taylor Swift or something like that. That sounds pretty sweet.
Yep, that's what we get. Yeah, no big halftime performances. The Final Four might have like a pre-event performer, but I'm not sure. Michael says Red Panda is the GOAT. Yeah, it's honestly Red Panda is pretty impressive in terms of just like
gets the crowd going.
skill.
Who do you guys play next? What's the next team on the?
Oh man, we got Mullen, and Mullen's saying Big Juice is a sneaky Creighton fan, and that would be upsetting. Yeah.
A sneaky what?
Creighton fan, Big Juice.
No, you think I would ever do that? You guys don't know me at all, but do you think I would ever do that? Come on, I'm Red Storm or die. I'd rather die, honestly.
All right, game's back.
Right, back Juice. On. Let me go. I get it.
We're gonna kick you off. All right.
All right, Juicy. So yeah, so the next game is DePaul on Wednesday.
Yeah. We play DePaul Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we're at DePaul.
At DePaul.
Right.
Yep.
And we're at Butler, and we're home versus Seton Hall, and we've got the road game at Marquette to finish the season, and we've got the home MSG game against UConn.
UConn would be this coming Sunday, yeah, a week from today.
50-48, 14-56 here in the second half. Creighton's under their own basket, inbounding it. RJ tips it. They're going to call violation on RJ being over the line.
Ooh.
If he touches it while he's got the ball, it's a technical. I think they're saying he was just he did land out of bounds on the second tip. Ashworth inbounding it. Bounce pass into Kalkbrenner, catches it in the mid post. Now it's Ashworth from 30. Buries it. Top of the key. 5-point lead for Creighton. The guy is a St. John's killer.
Never fails. New turnover turns into a 3 from Ashworth.
Yeah, that's 2. Scott finds RJ mid post, gets in the paint, one-handed runner, doesn't finish it, rebound Creighton. We just can't get any good looks, man. We can't get any clean looks at the paint. Everything's looking like we're trying to get fouled, hoping we get fouled. Nothing's free. They called the block there. He didn't have to. He didn't have to flop, man. You could have just played him straight up.
Trying to take an offensive foul on Ryan Kalkbrenner.
I mean, it wouldn't have been a crazy call. He did extend that a little bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't his shoulder that hit him, it was his forearm.
Yep.
Never fouled out in his career. That's insane.
It's just the
Scott
most
hounded Neal top of the key. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes another heartbreaker. Gets by him to the rim. Rebound St. John's. Man, a rare miss on the shot clock for a St. John's opponent. Here comes Smith going the other way. Kaderi top of the key uses Zuby screen, open 14-footer, buries it. 53-50. St. John's still can't get that pressure set up in time before Creighton can inbound and get going. Ashworth step back 3 misses it. RJ big rebound. They call a box out foul on Creighton. I can only guess. Wait a second. Was that 11 they showed, or was that 41 they showed? Could be a foul on Kalkbrenner here, guys. Hold your breath.
I refuse to believe that it was Kalkbrenner.
This is the Scott effect right there. Shout out to Michael, able to hound him. Still did get blown by. Good help defense by Zuby, keeping the arm stretched out. And then nice gang rebound approach. 53-50, St. John's ball. Smith crosses half court. 13-20 left in the second half here. Kadari had a good second half. Let's see if we can keep it in his hands here.
To Michael's point, Aaron Scott's on-ball defense is a thing of beauty.
Bad shot. And then Creighton gets out ahead. Ooh, man. I think we might have got lucky there in the no call. Smith crosses over Ashworth, goes hard to the rim. Zuby on the putback. See, that's where you have to attack it. When Kalkbrenner comes for the block, we got to be able to sneak up there for offensive rebounds. But Creighton again beats our pressure up the court. Doing a great job systematically on the game plan, just getting it going. Kalkbrenner in the paint, still in the paint. Finally out of the paint. Ashworth, Smith, like he twisted up his ankle there. Ashworth got free for a 3. Kadari driving hard, forces the foul. 53-52 will be St. John's ball on the wing as Wilcher looks to check back in, probably for Smith, who looked banged up there for a moment. Good job by St. John's getting back. A good contest by Scott. Could have been a foul call, but didn't happen. Smith drives hard.
I also want to do some background digging, advanced statistics to obviously laugh at how Ryan Kalkbrenner never gets called for a foul, but I want to know how many times he gets called for 3 seconds, because I feel like that's also virtually non-existent.
Rarely, yes. Wilcher curls it, catches it on the baseline, finds Zuby. They call it travel. God damn it, it's the Kalkbrenner effect, man. Jesus, we catch it underneath the basket. Wilcher doesn't shoot it because he's scared of him. We had Zuby at the 14-foot. Right next to the elbow, he's scared of it, travels. At least we'll be able to set up our pressure, but they do this, football type lineup here. Kalkbrenner going to catch a real quick breather before this under 12 timeout.
It's a fun Cole story. One of my most embarrassing moments on the basketball court was doing that football-like lineup thing like that, and I was the inbounder doing the okay go and smacking the ball, and then having sweaty hands and the ball going flying off my hand, bouncing around.
That's unfortunate.
No call for the ref, but looked like a fucking idiot.
Well, at least you're owning up to it right now.
Yeah, that's what a real man does. Owns up to his mistakes.
Neal catches in the corner. Top of the key 3 for Creighton off the rim. Kadari with the rebound. Kadari pushes. Neal guarding him. Foul on King. Of course there's a foul in the paint as soon as Kalkbrenner gets out of the game. I mean, oh my God. It's just, if you weren't watching it, you wouldn't believe it. 11:59 left. It will be St. John's ball underneath the basket. Down 1, 53-52 when we come back. What do you think we got to change here, Cole? I mean, it was a 1-point game, our favor end of the half. Now we're down 1 under 12. We got to find a way to get some easy baskets. I don't like our chances in a back and forth possession by possession game with Creighton. I just don't. Unless
we magically can start knocking down some threes. Can Aaron Scott catch fire?
Yeah, a 1 or 2 threes down this stretch would really go a long way, because you got to believe Creighton's going to hit 1 or 2 at the very least. Juicy caught the bug. It's addicting, Sean says. Yep. Double agent, big juice, Michael says. Cole, do you like Shaq's OG All-Stars to beat Candace Parker's Rising Stars tonight? Honestly, I think either team could take it. I don't know, Cole, you got an opinion there.
I'll go with Michael's response to that of which team is LeBron on.
Fixers in. Yeah, could be.
My NBA All-Star weekend watching starts and ends with 3-point slam dunk contest. I will not be tuning in tonight to watch the final score of that matchup be like 142 to 139 with no defense played whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be tuning in either. I used to love it. Back when they wore their own jerseys and it was just a nice looking color scheme out there. Once they stopped doing that, the All-Star game really went down.
I loved everybody having the unique jerseys.
Yeah.
I'll stand on my soapbox and get some NBA talk in during the timeout break here. But Stephon Castle got absolutely hosed last night in his matchup second round against Mac McClung. That catching the ball out of the net between the legs, one-hand jam was a 50 by any scoring metric.
Mullen agrees that that Mac kind of got the benefit of the doubt there. I don't know. You've got some other comments there. I don't think Cole wants to touch that topic either. So.
I will be not touching that one with a 30-foot pole, but yes, I will reiterate that Stephon Castle should have got a 50.
Does anybody recall the 2001 McDonald's All-American Dunk Contest between David Lee and what was his name? Jamal White, the guy from Cincinnati that was a great dunker. It might not have been Jamal, something White. James Flight. James Flight White.
Flight White. I know exactly.
Yes.
Went to Cincinnati.
Kirk says Tracy McGrady, all-time best dunk. He had some athleticism for show. Faux show. I love T-Mac. T-Mac was my first favorite NBA player.
I admittedly was punching up some like old school dunk highlights. Last night I was watching Spud Webb, 1986.
The future of flight, James White, Sean says. Yeah, and we're just getting a nice montage of easy baskets Creighton has been able to get. Oh, that's nice to see. St. John's is going to have to get stops, baby. And we got some spies here going back into my early childhood bedrooms talking about posters I had. I don't know. It's all hearsay. I was a big T-Mac fan. The original T-Mac shoes still, I mean, they were steel-toed, but one of the best pair of basketball sneakers ever owned.
Oh, I know the exact one you're talking about, and also own those.
They were a cheat code for gym class kickball.
Just kick the ball fucking country mile.
Foul on Creighton. Also, they've got 6 fouls, so St. John's will be shooting 1-1 on their next foul in the bonus for the rest of the half. Remember, we made
immediately getting quick with the whistle as soon as Kalkbrenner goes to the bench.
We made this point in the UConn game. They had 16 fouls at the 12-minute mark, and it took 7 minutes from that point forward for them to get their 7th. As Zuby pounds it inside, takes advantage of the minutes without Kalkbrenner, finishes to give St. John's a 1-point lead, 54-53. But let's see. It was 12 minutes left when Creighton got a 6th foul. Let's see how long it takes for them to get their 7th.
Now, was that action with that? I missed what the out-of-bound play was.
Ashworth.
To get Sim there,
with
the ball sort of on the block. And then
it was the same look they just ran. He ran baseline curl, good bounce pass to him to grab it. St. John's gets an offensive rebound, and then instead of going up, he found Zuby in the same spot. But whoa! Behind the back pass, check this out. Behind the back pass by RJ to Zuby. A great pass by RJ. 56-53. As you see, Kalkbrenner goes to the center court table, an 8-0 scoring run by St. John's.
Hey, how about an and one on that Zuby, that layup after the RJ behind the back?
Kadari can't get beat baseline there. Recovers. King has it. Oh, this has heartbreak written all over it. Neal, top of the key. Here's Zubic now. Drives hard on RJ. Stripped by Kadari. St. John's ends up with it. We got numbers. RJ has it. He won't give it up. That's a block. Yes, thank the Lord. That's a block but still, RJ had that look in his eye, 100%. And RJ will go to the line shooting 1-on-1 with a chance to extend this lead up from the 3 points that Curly stands.
If that would have been a charge, Pat, I think I might have been done on our stream here. I'm going to throw my computer through the wall. RJ not giving 4-on-2 fast break.
Couple embrace debate while waiting for these free throws. T-Mac or Tatum, Michael says. Man, I think there's some similarities there.
It's one of those classic, you can't compare different eras answers. Like, it's two completely different times of basketball. What would T-Mac do in this era where nobody plays any defense and they shoot 50 3-pointers a game?
Don't get Michael going on NBA basketball. RJ misses the front end of the 1-on-1. Man, that hurts. He's missed the front end of a bunch of free throws this time, and this is a 1-on-1, hurts us. And then Wilcher gets called for a reach in 45 feet away from the basket. 15 foul, his fourth, maybe?
Fourth, yeah.
Hasn't been a great game for Simeon. That'll get Smith back in. Maybe that's an addition by subtraction. We'll see. I was a T-Mac guy. I think T-Mac is as talented as anybody at his peak, but definitely didn't have it for the longevity time and came up short in big moments. Tatum really seems to rise to the occasion, so I think I got to give Tatum the edge.
Blasphemous.
Here's Ashworth using screen top of the key, gives it up to Neal. Kadari now 1-on-1 on the post versus Kalkbrenner. That's off his hip. Oh, yeah, Kadari flashing those quick hands. 2 possessions in the last minute or so where he's done that, and both times St. John's comes out with the possession. He has shown such a propensity this season to have great hands, slapping away drives or post looks, just like we saw there, and oftentimes leading in turnovers. Kadari now uses the Zuby screen top of the key. Backdoor by Smith. Misses the layup on the baseline. Man, that's a bad missed free throw, a bad missed layup by RJ, and a chance for us to take a stranglehold. Maybe not a stranglehold. What is he supposed to do? Oh, man. Kalkbrenner holding his ankle. I think he's going to be fine. RJ boxing him out, was facing the wrong direction, and they're going to say he was rearing. Okay, yeah, he was holding that arm, and he's got to be careful on that replay. Oh, man, this could be a flagrant. This could be a flagrant. That's dumb by RJ. A bad miss free throw. And then this over here, I think on a replay is going to be a hold, a hook and hold. I got a really bad feeling about how this sequence is going to play out.
Aye. Yeah, Michael, I don't envision the Sixers getting in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, Paul George, another guy who is kind of T-Mac-esque.
Who played 74 games last year when he had a contract coming, and now
Paul George did?
Sixers, yeah, now he gets paid, and the Sixers suck. And
that might be a fifth meta. Okay, we got Brother Sean chiming in, Dr. Brother Sean. That might be a fifth meta. Can you chime in there? Metatarsal injury for Kalkbrenner? Typical basketball injury. Okay. And what are we talking about on recovery time period there, Sean? Keep it on ice or? Big Juice, you still active? Kalkbrenner gets carried off as a St. John's fan. Cheer for him. 56-53 when he goes out. I'm not sure if they were reviewing this foul or not. I was scared by and they will not. It'll just be a standard foul. Creighton underneath.
That didn't look like Kalkbrenner was going to the bench. Looks like he's going to the back.
Struggling to get it in.
So unless he's going to fucking
go! It was tipped by Zubic.
Unless he's going to Willis read it.
I'm sorry, Cole.
I was just going to say, unless Kalkbrenner Willis reads it, I don't see him coming back for the rest of the game.
Drives hard, gets to the paint. Slap free. He's begging for a call. We've got big boy McDermott just hounding the officials on the sideline. All-time ranks at Creighton for Kalkbrenner. First in games, first in wins, second points, second. Who's got more blocks than him? King one-on-one and Zuby in the post. Can't get beat there. God damn, it gets the offensive rebound. Ooh, misses the second one. Kadari gets it, pushing it up the court. He'll go hard. Left side with the left hand, finishes through contact. 58-53 St. John. Pressure doesn't get set. Cole says would have to pin it surgically. Man, we'll see about that. Nick Andrew from 25 feet misses it. St. John's can't come up with a rebound. God damn it, you got to have that ball. You've got to have that basketball. Man, those are the type of things that could swing a basketball game. A bad shot by Creighton leads to a miss. Three St. John's guys are standing under the basket, and it bounces off two of their hands out of bounds. Got to have that basketball.
How about Ashworth extending his arm before dishing it off for the three?
Yeah, we already got the offensive foul by Creighton this game, right?
That's the one you get for the year.
Yep. King now, inbound to him. Still no sign of Kalkbrenner. Travel by Zubic, catching on the wing, took an extra step. We'll be going the other way. St. John's catches a break, gets the ball back. 8:57 left in the second half. St. John's up 5 with the basketball. Both teams in the one-on-one bonus. Kalkbrenner should rub some dirt in it and man up. These guys are just so soft nowadays. DJ Kennedy played through tough injuries. You never know it, though. Shout out to DJ. And we know Mullen's been around for some dark years, back in the Norm days, and then unless he's just referring to the lone DJ season with Lavin, but those.
So I know we always.
Oh my God, Creighton flops on a screen. I can't wait to see this one. Like we said, you could call moving screens every possession. I guess they chose for this one, but hurts. Don't even get a chance to get a play run. Creighton gets it inbounds. Full court pressure here. Remember, St. John's and Creighton in the bonus. So any foul 65 plus feet away from the rim is a terrible foul by St. John's. Have to be able to apply pressure without giving up points at the free throw line. Smith, I think, got away with one there.
Anybody else?
Posted in the corner. Ashworth goes baseline, gets free. He's going to flare. He's just grabbing that arm on every time he dribbles the basketball. I mean, it's just cloying. It's to fall for over and over and over again. Ashworth just buys himself 2 points here at the free throw line. $14 points for Ashworth, 7 assists, 5 for 10 shooting.
I was just looking at the box score. Nobody else is really in any foul trouble. Just sitting on the floor.
Ashworth misses another front end of the free throw. That's 2. He was 95 of 98.
Ball don't lie.
95 of 98. He misses 2 in a row. Unreal. That's something that you gotta be thankful for, and you won't see often. St. John's doesn't catch those breaks against Creighton. At least they haven't in the past. Right, Big Juice? Okay, so we've been pronouncing it wrong the whole time. It's Mui-en, not Mullen. Okay, sorry about that. Mui. Smith gets the inbound. 8:20 left. 58-53. Come on, let's get a basket here. Kadari on the wing. He'll get a handoff here from Zuby. Doesn't grab it. Back to RJ. 14-foot runner in and out. Creighton gets the rebound. Decent look. I want us to get at the rim now without Kalkbrenner in.
Yeah.
Ashworth, 14-foot pull-up, buries it. Still, that athleticism does not stop Ashworth from getting to where he wants to go on the court. 58-55. Kadari, 14-foot pull-up, misses it. Rebound, Scott. Junkyard Dog Scott. He got fouled. What? the other end for Neal. Man, that was a foul.
Ooh.
Man, 4-point swings. A couple 4-point swings this game, man, and that's one of them right there. 58-57 St. John's ball after the break.
Yuck.
Not going to be easy. I would not be surprised in the least bit if we come back from this media timeout and we see Kalkbrenner on the court. Embrace debate. Who's aged worse, Ashworth or McDermott? How old is Ashworth? Ashworth is weight in gold. Fuck you, Big Juice. Fuck you, honestly. Starting to think maybe you are a Creighton fan.
To Mui's point about DJ's injury, another fun Cole story. We always call Pat the mush for not being allowed to go to St. John's games. But for my 7 years as a St. John's student between undergrad and my MBA, the only year I took off was Lavin's first year, which was an absolute incredible performance in the old Big East. And the only game I attended at all that year was when me and brother Sean flew out to Denver for the first game of the NCAA tournament just to watch them lose to Gonzaga after DJ blew his leg out in the Big East tournament.
Breaks all around for us Johnny's fans, man. Not many of us have good stories about our fandom, especially, I mean, like, the first game I ever watched and rooted for was the Elite Eight loss to Ohio State.
I think actually that might be my first game that I ever watched too.
Well, there you have it, guys.
Like right about when Dad
Talk about fate.
Right when Dad first started teaching there, he was like, "Oh, St. John's in the tournament. Your boys are gonna watch them." Like made us like sit down.
You're gonna learn today, and man, I'm surprised I didn't just stick with Ohio State, fucking Scooney Penn, but nope. Ashworth looks like he studies at the school of Peyton Pritchard. Yeah, he doesn't have that dog in him, but he's just got that fucking annoying college, fucking get an open look, force a foul call, or hit a three look, and he's mastered it.
So what's him being 24? Where are we landing now with like 5-year kids? Like, is this the end of sort of the COVID 5th year?
Yeah, for the COVID reasons, but until they just start giving JUCO guys the 2 years back, and until they start saying everybody can keep playing. Ashworth, man, he's been hitting shots, making plays.
We're just gonna have like Chris Winkies out there, like just 32-year-olds like playing college hoops.
Hopefully for St. John's only. Yeah, if we lose the game where Ashworth misses 2 front end and 1-on-1s, and Kalkbrenner can't play in the last 8 minutes of the game, we're gonna have no excuse but to blame ourselves. St. John's has it 58-57. Thank you. I mean, King just barreled through. Zuby tried to, at least in the paint. It will lead to another under media timeout here. Zuby will go to the line for a 1-on-1 when we come back. 58-57. Got to make these free throws, Zub. Got to make them.
Huge free throws. Is it a 1-on-1?
Yeah.
We're not in the double ones.
Yeah, I think it's the 9th. Maybe it's only the 8th. Can we get some Johnny Future friendly bets? Like St. John's makes Final Four, Pat needs to paint his basement Johnny Red or something like that. Yeah, deal. I'll do that. I will do that. As long as everyone who's in this chat right now subscribes to the YouTube channel, then I'll do that. If we get to over 350 subscribers by the time the tournament starts.
Oh, damn. That's realistic, man. I'll
do that. If we make it to the Sweet 16 and we have 350 subscribers by the time this tournament starts, I'll paint the basement red. At least the wall where my TV is.
We're gonna hold you to this, man. You understand that, right?
Okay, start subscribing, boys and girls. We've got a vast audience.
I'm gonna just create. What do we got? 34 more to get there. Let's create 34 burner YouTube accounts. Sub.
What are we at right now? Are you telling me we got a few throughout the
316.
Okay, so we've got at least one throughout our
People
our
love the
stream
live
today.
game. So let
I'm
me
only
tell you,
seeing
we
350.
haven't had a chance to talk in a couple weeks since this crazy run they've been going on. You know, hypothetically, this game ends well in our favor, and you know they can sort of navigate the rest of the regular season and win the games they should at least. And say we do finish as a top 4 protected seed, where do you land on St. John's and March Madness? You know, we've talked. You've heard a lot of like the beat reporters, Zach Braziller, I know specifically, having said this, where he kind of thinks the ceiling is a Sweet 16 appearance. If you're a top 4 protected seed, that kind of goes out the window for me. I'm almost at, I mean, especially, you know, hypothetically, you could maybe become a 3 seed. Like, I'm saying Sweet 16 is like the floor for me.
I don't want to put the pressure on it for being a floor. If you're a top 4 seed, then you're, you know, by seed, you're expected to be favorites for 2 rounds and hence be a Sweet 16 team. Obviously, we know it's not as simple as that.
Of course.
I didn't see him say that, and that surprises me. He would say that our ceiling was a Sweet 16
I think this
team.
is prior to, it might have been prior to the Marquette win. It was at least prior to the UConn win.
Okay. Yeah, I would stop short of that for sure. I think we could play with just about everybody in the country. And if we have a hot shooting night, then, you know, definitely agree with that statement.
Obviously, so much of March Madness is just luck and people getting hot at the right times. But yeah, I know Zach has said that a lot with the Sweet 16 being the ceiling, and I don't see that anymore, especially with, you know, that first sort of release of us being in the top 4 as of today seeds. I mean,
here's Zuby at the line here. I want to just try not to spoil it for you. Maybe you can read it on my facial expression. First one up. Any varies.
I was watching your eyes move. I was like, I don't know. That doesn't look good. I love Mui saying this team has Final Four energy.
We got brother Sean back here in the feed.
Johnny.
What's up?
Zuby's second attempt, long, misses it. 59-57, 1 of 2 from the line, Creighton basketball.
Oh.
Give us the medical diagnosis on Kalkbrenner's Tootsie.
No free medical.
Deal for St. John. Smith has it. I'm sorry here. Smith finds Zuby, who finds RJ in the dump off. RJ makes it 61-57.
Let's go.
St. John's applies the pressure. No dumb fouls. No dumb fouls. See, this is why I almost don't love this full court pressure in the double bonus with a guy like Ashworth who can just bait and bait and bait. He's a master baiter.
It's a good one.
He gets free, 15-foot elbow jumper, misses it, rebound Creighton at the rim. This guy Green has been hurting us all night. Around the edges, man. Easy baskets, offensive rebounds.
Thought that could have been a foul on the screen by the big fella.
Kadari had no choice but to kind of throw it up. RJ. Need it. St. John. Oh, my God. Misses it. Travel. For 3. Misses it. Kadari rebound. That's a foul. Finds Scott cross corner pass for a good look at 3. Short. Rebound. St. John. Slow down. Where's Kadari? St. John's has the lead. 61-59 on the basketball. 13 on the shot clock. Screen by Zuby, top of the key. RJ finds Scott. Pump fake. Step back. 3 from the corner. Freeze it. Our guy, Mike Bev's guy, Aaron Scott, answers the bell. 64-59, 5.5 left. St. John's with a huge defensive possession here.
What a
stop will go a long way.
What a step back from Scott there.
Yeah, tough shot.
Would love
RJ
to see
guarding Neal.
Would love to see Davon get going here. Maybe an easy basket in transition.
Watch Ashworth just bait these foul calls before any contact even happens. Guy's a clown. Neal step back 3 in RJ's face. Misses it. Long rebound in Ashworth's hands. He's going to take a 3 where he caught it from. Misses it. Scott gathers this rebound. Dodged a bullet there. 64-59. St. John's up. 5 minutes remaining. Kadari's going to take it across half court. Still no sign of Kalkbrenner. Davon's got it. Gets to Zuby, top of the key. RJ now. Uses the screen from Zuby, attacks middle, brings it back top, gets another screen from Zuby, crosses over right, Euro step, floater in the paint, over Neal or over King. That was a tough shot. There you go. Big Juice asking for RJ to heat up. Big time shot by RJ there. Huge shot.
Wow.
Woo.
Real.
60-659. This is where you put in the heartbreak insurance bet, boys. If you have a guy, put it in. Put it in.
How much money are we talking you got on this heartbreak insurance?
I put $15 in heartbreak insurance, so it will pay me about $50 if St. John's were to lose.
Yeah, okay.
You know, that was going into the game, and I'll for sure pay $15 for a win.
Yeah. So real quick note on that Kalkbrenner thing. I follow a lot of guys. I really like sports medicine. So I follow a lot of guys. There used to be a team doctor for like San Diego Chargers. Now he does like sports medicine injuries, but he does like instant reaction on Twitter where it's like, because we're taught in school, like there's a lot of things that you kind of look for where it's like kind of like, you know, mechanism of injury kind of stuff where it's like, particularly in these bigger guys, like I said in the chat, Joel Embiid had one of these injuries where it's like that's like a typical mechanism for like a fifth met fracture. You hate to speculate, and I really hope for their sake, not for ours, but you know whatever. But that could be a big injury. That could be huge. I mean, especially he wasn't putting much weight on it, walking off the court and not back on the bench. That could be a tough one.
Dr. Brother Sean, Creighton fans are hoping you're wrong there. I certainly don't want to see him out for an extended time. I wouldn't hate to not see him come back this game, but I don't want him to be out.
Yeah,
for Creighton and the Big East sake.
Right away he was grabbing. They had the close-up views. Right away he was grabbing that side of the foot, and that's like
Ashworth up top now. Drives left, gets in the paint, kicks to Neal for a three from the wing, buries it. This guy Neal, man. This guy Neal. In St. John's, 66-62. Got that extra heartbreak insurance bet just in time. If you were listening,
I know Creighton.
Dari now driving left, blocked. Ooh, King slammed that against the backboard. Sorry, Sean.
No, I know Creighton is like always like one of the least like fouling teams in the country. Like what is it that they're, from your perspective, Pat?
Kalkbrenner's coming back in, by the way.
Yep, no, there goes that. What is it that they're doing that they're just historically like not a big like fouling team like that?
I mean, I think they have a reputation which helps them from a game-to-game basis. You know, like you get this reputation of non-foulers, then they start to give you the benefit of the doubt. They do a good job of just not applying pressure in the half court. Their goal is not to turn you over; it's to stop you from getting good looks. So those things are always going to give you an advantage in terms of if there's a line from a high fouling team to a low fouling team, you're going to be closer to a low fouling team if you're doing both those things. And it's just Kalkbrenner, as much as it is annoying, has mastered the art of just keeping his hands up straight and not going for blocks or avoiding contact when necessary. I do think he gets a heavy benefit of the doubt, but he does do a great job.
Yeah. I mean, it just seems from like watching them play the couple of times they played St. John's, it's like, you know, defending without fouling, but it's like, you know, you're right. It just kind of seems like they get more of a benefit of a whistle, you know, more than just not fouling at all. It just seems like kind of interesting.
Yeah, that I think the call was just on St. John's was a foul.
On air.
But yeah, unfortunately, it's going to lead to at least one free throw, maybe two, and then gives them more of a time to get Kalkbrenner back in the game. Just figured out, Johnny Guy, by the way, thanks for the subscription. Just figured out Big Juice lives near me. Oh, boy. We might get together post-game, hopefully, to celebrate. Yeah, don't jinx us now. And good luck, man. I don't know if I want to be near Big Juice after a loss.
Doesn't Creighton's schedule look pretty tough the rest of the way?
Hey! Big Juice.
Oh, juicy.
I wasn't
Big Juice,
expecting that to get on.
You got 10 seconds, Big Juice.
I won't even waste. Get me out of here. I don't even want to talk to you guys. I'm just kidding. This is a lot of fun. Thanks. That's my 10 seconds.
Sounds like a Creighton fan. Jeez.
That's what we got to go to. Just the big juice camera for the rest of the game.
Yeah, just the
Get
big
us
juice
off of
camera.
here. Just let juice run.
Big juice only upset tonight if Creighton loses, sadly. Oh man. Might be true. Johnny Guy back. Johnny Guy. He brought some good luck early. Johnny Guy, anything for us?
I think they just called that foul on Scott on the reach around trying to deny the post. That looked clean as day to me. I don't know what you guys think. I just think the whistle is just not going our way.
Well, we were just discussing the fact that Creighton seems to get a favorable whistle everywhere they go. I thought that was a foul. I mean, at least debatable.
And I mean, debatable, sure, but then right before that, on the other end, he had that tough offensive rebound. Thought that could have been a foul.
Oh,
too.
that one, yeah, that was a foul. I
guy
would say that.
He makes plays. Oh, the big man's gonna check back in. It looks
Is
like
Johnny Fanta going crazy with the freaking Willis Reed moment here? Because
I was going to say the analogy with the Willis Reed at Creighton in that building. That's an interesting comparison.
Blasphemous. Anyway, Creighton at the line here, shooting 1-on-1. I'm gonna guess King's not a good free throw shooter.
Which means he's going to drain both of them.
Misses it. Long rebound. Kadari chases it down. He gets fouled. All right, Kadari's going to have to go earn his money. That was the 9th foul on Creighton. All right, and St. John's sitting at 9 fouls. So double bonus here on out for both teams as Kalkbrenner checks in with 3:47 left.
You guys got any predictions on who's going to make, the potential clutch basket in a big moment today?
Not Ashworth, hopefully.
Starts with Kadari making these free throws right here. I mean, this is the moment where we need Kadari to be Seton Hall free throw line, Kadari Richmond. If he makes this first free throw, we're in a really good position. Guy's a cool customer. Guy is a cool customer.
I think Smith's due. He's been quiet in the second half, and he had a good first half.
I thought Smith's jumper looked really nice in the first half.
Yeah,
that's really nice to see that.
Big Juice thoughts. Big Juice thoughts.
Big Juice Cam.
I got a lot of thoughts right now. Hold on.
All right, we'll let him compose himself. Creighton's got the ball top of the key. Ashworth against Smith. 68-62, 3:30 left.
Twice.
Ashworth, step back 3. Good contest by Smith. It's off the board. Come on! Dang it, we can't get that big rebound. Pardon my language and my yelling. 68-62. RJ Lewis couldn't grab that rebound. Looked like he jumped up just a second too early. Creighton will get it underneath with 20 seconds on the shot clock. 68-62. Neal coming around the corner. He catches it. Gonna get a look for Kalkbrenner on the baseline. Misses the bunny. Hard to say bunny, but a miss that he rarely misses. Kadari now has it. 68-62. Pin down screen for Smith. Smith comes. Kadari can't get it to him. Zuby pops up. Gets it 25 feet away. Back in Kadari's hands. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Uses Zuby's screen. Gets middle of the paint. Finds Smith on the corner. Smith looks to attack. Gets all the way to the rim. He gets fouled shooting the basketball.
Maybe a bailout on that call there. That looked like a tough shot, but
what?
We're going to see the replay.
What'd you say?
I don't think there was much contact there.
I'm kind of with Johnny Guy on that.
Take him off, Pat. That's it. Take him off.
Hey, I'm trying to build us up some good karma here.
He's an impartial judge here. He's an impartial judge.
Richmond is a dog. Let Creighton head know. Yeah, we will. If I'm pronouncing that right. Smith misses the first free throw. God damn it.
Cole, interesting question here. Now, if you're Rick, and from an offensive standpoint, do you start taking the air out of the ball, or do you keep your foot on the gas pedal here?
What are we shooting from the free throw line today?
Smith's second free throw can't be great. Misses the second one. RJ gets the rebound. No foul call. Out of bounds in St. John's. Damn it, that's 2 big misses, man. God damn, that's 2 big misses.
Yeah, Sean, I would totally start taking the air out of the ball if you weren't shooting 47% from the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the number, 47%.
Didn't show a replay on that foul either. Makes you think, you know what I mean?
Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie, Johnny Guy.
Yeah.
Makes you think what, Johnny Guy?
Listen, I don't know, but could have used one. Oh,
Ashworth.
Makes you think that the refs had Creighton.
I
plus
can't
6.
believe they didn't call that foul there for Ashworth.
sorry, I must be a couple seconds ahead of you.
Ashworth gets to the line, shooting 2. He just gets wherever he wants to go. You can tell me about this athleticism differential between Smith and Ashworth, and probably every Big East point guard he faces. It doesn't stop him from getting into paint. It doesn't stop him from creating space.
Yeah,
He gets everywhere he wants to go.
That foul on that was pretty crazy.
I was gonna say, was that a makeup call underneath there after you got...
Brother Sean or Dr. Sean, you might be right about that.
Ashworth makes the first. Wiltshire coming back in.
Would Moy or Mullen ever hop on live? Or does he just stay in the shadow?
I think he said he's overseas.
Oh, that's true. He might be watching like in bed or something.
Ashworth makes them both. God, I just don't feel great about this game.
Pat,
68-64.
You're supposed to be the positive one.
Has Kadari had? Has Kadari had?
Scott, good look at 3. Airballs it. Man, we had Kalkbrenner flying out. We couldn't even get the shot on the rim. Neal finds Ashworth, open shot in the corner. Misses it. Big rebound by Kadari. Rebound by Kadari.
Wow, Ashworth had a good look at that.
Huge. Great look.
Has Kadari had that hand wrap?
Timeout St. John's. I didn't notice it early on, but I have noticed it these last few possessions. All right, timeout. We'll bring Big Juice back on here. Stinky Pete. All right. What, you thought that would just clean the slate for you if you change your name?
I was just thinking we should start fresh.
All right, Stinky. How do we finish this game off?
I think really what we need to do is put RJ in, but we need to do a couple routes, a couple triangle chokes, and no, I think what we really need to do is just stay with. Let me get real here. I was trying to be funny. You know what? Let me get real about it. We can't keep making stupid mistakes like you were just saying. The air ball a second ago. I mean, I know that's a tough.
Exactly. We got to cut off on the stupid mistakes. Can't have air balls. Can't have dumb fouls. We got to finish this off smart. Just Johnny's basketball under Patino, not Norm Johnny's, not Mike Anderson Johnny's, not Mullen Johnny's. We're talking about Patino Johnny's, a team that's really shown a propensity to finish off games, and we got to see it again today. 17-7. Wow, quite a full, complete game by Kadari there.
Hard hitting stuff there from Stinky Juice.
Stinky Juice. Stinky Juice is good. Maybe that will be the next nickname for him. Stinky, we'll give you another chance next time out, all right? You just got to get your notes prepared. St. John, Zuby almost got to get out of the paint. RJ gets him up in the air, 3-footer, offensive rebound, misses the put up. St. John's gets an offensive rebound. Slow down, RJ.
Slow down.
Did they call foul or jump? Okay. RJ will go to the line for 2. There's St. John's will to compete on the offensive rebounds.
But don't you
think
they've
they've made their name?
Pulled it out after a couple of those rebounds?
Yeah, you know, it was in the wrong guy's hands for a pullout.
Yeah, RJ's aggressive.
Yeah, it goes back to trying to take the air out of it, right, Cole?
Yeah, I mean, and to Pat's point, RJ is never going to do that. He's got a nose for the
first one up by RJ, makes the first. Big free throw. We're under 2 minutes here. 1:59 on the clock. 69-64 St. John's with RJ at the line for his second free throw. RJ's second one up, makes it. Sorry,
some early onions.
70-64, 6-point lead. Creighton underneath. I still don't love this full court pressure. I would back up the half court. I don't love giving this Ashworth guy a full head of steam just like that. Catches on the dribble handoff. Now he's dead. Good help by. We got to get that ball. All right, they're gonna review it. He says it's off his foot. I think there's a chance. What do you think of that reviewed call in the Villanova game? Wait, they're not going to review this? I think this is off. His foot?
Yeah. Need to see a different angle to make sure it doesn't hit Scott's foot after.
Yep.
Excuse my ignorance here, but can they request that, or does that have to be a referee decision?
Well, I think what they were just saying, if it's a timeout, they can request it. If not, it's up to them, and it's got to be under 2 minutes.
That might have hit Scott's foot after that.
Stinky, coming to you in 10 seconds, all right? I think it's so hard to tell if it hit Scott's foot because the call was out on St. John's, unless they've got another view where you can see it with space in between. It's going to be hard to review. This is the view.
I was gonna say the same thing Pat just said. Like, if it's gonna stay with the call on the floor.
No, that doesn't hit his foot. You can see it bounce.
You mentioned the Villanova review, and I didn't understand that one.
You can see that bounce with space in between.
Well, if it hit his foot, wouldn't you have expected the trajectory to change? Like, it wouldn't have. If it hit off his foot, it would have came back the other way, right?
Yeah.
I just don't feel good about our chances here. I think it should be our ball. Stinky, whose ball do you think it is?
Oh, sorry. I thought it was off Creighton's foot.
Are you just saying that?
No, 100%, 100%. I saw
Okay.
it from my view. I mean, I'm watching on FS1, which I'm sure all you guys are, but it bounces really weird right when it's around his foot, and I know they're really close together. And it's kind of grainy.
Hey, Stinky, could you turn the volume down on the TV a little bit? We don't want to get copyright infringes here.
Oh, sorry.
You know?
Yeah, no, I didn't even think. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, to me, it looked like it was clear off of them, but I guess it's closer than I thought. I don't know.
Yeah, they take this much time, somebody's going to get screwed. What movie is that from?
Oh,
Oh, it's a lace.
Yeah,
it's
for
a
sure. It
lace
didn't hit his foot.
I think it hit his shoelace.
You think?
You got to start duct taping those things back.
Dude, it looks like it bounces right over his foot.
I don't think it hit it, but I just don't think you can clearly see it doesn't.
Yeah, like maybe laces, but
I think they're going to screw somebody here, and it's going to be St. John's, boys. Here he comes with the definitive answer.
Oh, it's such a huge call.
Huge, guys. It's freaking huge. Like Kalkbrenner feet huge. I think that's St. John's basketball, God damn it. It's going to be a point of contention.
Is that the same ref who was doing Nova on Wednesday? Is this the same crew?
Going to be a point of contention either way here, folks. 158 live viewers. Thanks again for all those fans tuning in.
Dude,
we've got a sold. Did they make the call?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't say that.
You got a sold-out Garden plus 158 folks here. I mean, that's about what? 17,000.
I did not realize this was Madison Square Garden.
McDermott's pissed. McDermott's pissed. You know that's good news.
Wow. St. John's ball.
Let's do it.
It was close, but it really didn't. I mean, I don't know. I really didn't. I think that's a good call.
You want out? Johnny Guy, you good? Johnny Guy, Michael.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did you want to be on the stage?
What is
St.
that?
John's ball. 135 left.
Man, tee up McDermott.
Find Scott, top of the key for three. Misses it long. Zuby hunting the board. Kadari gets it. Finds Wilcher, top of the key. Slow down. Bring it out. A 6-point game. Wilcher drives hard. Finds Scott in the dump off for two. 8-point game. No foul. Ashworth got it.
Onions.
Great pass by Wilcher. Ton of credit there. Ashworth buries a three. Of course. 72-67, a minute 8 left.
Premature onions,
yes.
Well contested by Zuby there too on the Ashworth shot, I thought.
Yeah, not a terrible.
I'll let you guys take this one home, all right? Thanks for having me in here.
Thanks, Johnny Guy.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Sim with a great look. Gotta give him credit, man. That's a great pass.
Unbelievable.
Scott, catch and finish. Oh, a little chip off screen there. Could have been a foul, honestly. I think, with the guy shooting it. Oh, we got Ashworth swearing and clapping his face. No T there, huh? Have some balls.
They might tee up
Not sure.
Pat from the.
If they see me, yeah. That's about all it takes these days. 72-67, St. John's inbounding it full length of the court. Gonna have to make pressure free throws here. Gonna have to deal with you know Creighton's gonna get some shots at the rim and some foul calls. It's either gonna be a decent look from three, or into Kalkbrenner in the post and just let them go to work. And those are hard to guard.
Who do you want getting fouled?
For St. John's?
Yeah.
Wiltshire or Scott? I don't know. You guys disagree? I mean, I do believe
6 of 9 tonight. Simeon hasn't attempted one. Scott hasn't attempted one.
I like Scott at the line in a tough spot. I think Wiltshire's a really good free throw shooter.
Yeah.
But like you said, hasn't been there yet tonight. 10 for 19 in a 5-point game.
That's where you win and lose games, missing free throws.
Rick has got to be tight. Passes it in. We got a fast break here. Richmond up ahead. Oh, my God. Why wasn't he at the rim? Oh, man, that's got to be 2 points. Oh, why doesn't Scott run to the rim there?
Good catch on the short hop by Scott.
Yeah. Why didn't he run to the rim? He went to the corner. We should have had a layup here.
Now who's shooting? Zub?
Zuby at the line for 2, up 5, exactly a minute left.
2
Come
for
on,
6
Zuby.
2 for 6
Come
in the
on.
day from the line.
Is he? Oh, you know what? That tells me he's due. That tells me he's due.
Positive
Amazing.
Pat. Positive Pat in the flesh.
This is the first.
Pat the mush in the flesh.
10 for 20 on the day, man. Jeez. 5-point game. Oh.
Sorry, the second's still huge.
Huge. Releases short. Offensive rebound. RJ, he gets fouled. Huge.
This is big. This is large. This is big. Yeah.
Large juice.
No, for real. This is I'm sitting on the edge of my couch right now, just like glued.
What is that, a Yankees cap on you got?
Yeah, this is a newer
RJ,
I
first
don't know
free
if it was
throw.
like a spring
Makes it.
training hat or something, but
Large, when I'm talking, shut the fuck up.
I did. I stopped.
I'm kidding with you, man. RJ at the line for his second free throw. Fingers crossed. Heat him up, Sneaky. Makes the second one.
Ooh.
7-point game.
Dude, this is good.
No foul, Sam. No foul. Tough look. Box out.
Token pressure.
Find Ashworth. They find Kalk. 2-pointer. We'll give up a dunk.
Jesus.
Man, RJ, you got to get across half court. Jesus, that could have been a backcourt violation. Oh, my God. I'm not so sure it wasn't.
Whoa. He would technically have to be like.
It's going to be Simeon shooting, too. I don't think you got to have the feet crossed, so I think he was in the air when he crossed, but it was just too close for comfort. Left his feet.
Yeah, that was sketchy. Oof.
Yeah, his feet have to be over. But it's just harder than it had to be. Here's Sim, 81% of the year, first one up, misses it. God damn it, guys. Holy shit. We're just not going to be able to get enough stops to not make our free throws. Makes the second one.
All right. So
Yeah, that's a good sub because it slows them down. Davon back in. Both teams in the double bonus. It's about eating up some clock here, guys. Don't let them get a head start. Don't get a dumb foul.
No threes.
You get them on the run, and it's just already towards the basket.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Scramble. Come on, Zoob. Stay low.
Yes.
Let it out, large juice. Let it out, baby.
Sorry. Yeah, this is sick, dude. All right. So 2 possessions, I guess, if they get 2 threes, but.
Okay, so Kadari has been spotty at best from the free throw line over the season. It was awful for a while, has been better of late, hit 2 earlier. Really need one of these. Really need one of them.
Yep.
6-point lead, 16 seconds, you're feeling good. Makes the first. Huge, another huge second half by Kadari. Big rebounds, big baskets.
This team's ability to win games despite not shooting the 3, despite not shooting well from the free throw line, is really incredible.
Tom Petropoulos. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name there, Tom. Great win, he says. Don't put the jinx on us, man. 8-point lead. Creighton inbounds at Ashworth, crosses half court. Foul before the 3. He'll go to the line for 2. 13 seconds left, up 8.
Good foul.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the 3 he made after, I guess you'll be fine with it.
Right.
But I mean, 2 misses aside, this is about as sure as it gets for 2 points. So stops the clock, gives him 2 points. You really just want to force tough shots.
He's 96.9%.
Ain't that something?
Holy macaroni.
Makes the first one. More like Ashworth. Yeah. Juice just lost his excuse me. Juice just lost his rent payment on Creighton money line. Is that true, Juice? Ashworth makes them both. 6-point game. They're going to put Kalkbrenner on the inbounder. Makes it really tough to make these passes. 1 timeout left for St. John's. Can't dilly-daddle with this. Can't even risk it with a pass at the basket. Got to be one long. Got to be one deep or a timeout. And can't throw something at the rim here where Creighton can just steal it, turn around for an easy basket.
Have a timeout.
RJ gets it inbounded. He gets doubled. They're scrapping and clawing on him. Jeez, finally. Foul is called. 9 seconds left. RJ will go to the line for 2, up 6.
What is this, hockey?
Just for that large juice, you're out of here.
Juicy.
I mean, you give the guy an inch, he takes a mile. Christ.
I mean, I think if barring any unbelievable collapse here and we can hold on, the story has to be only 5 turnovers. Just great job.
That's the total number for the game?
Yeah. Despite forcing Creighton to turn the ball over 15 times. So, I mean, that's incredible. Again, that's how you're going to win. Playing defense, not turning the ball over, despite shooting the 3 and shooting from free throw terribly.
Well, we said before, Cole, it's like win the
first.
win the rebounds, win the turnover battle.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive rebounds.
Johnny's guy chimes in, -6.5 better. So that was the line going in. Are starting to sweat right now. 7-point game, obviously. These 10 seconds are going to play a big part in where that line goes. I could give a shit. I paid $25 for the St. John's win, and I'll happily pay $25 for a ranked win. Important bounce back win, and really solidifies our hold on first place in the Big East. 79-73 now. Zuby inbounds it. Scott gets it off the steal. Creighton won't foul. That will finish at a 6-point game. So St. John's does not cover 6.5. Okay, but most importantly, get the win. Never easy to beat Creighton. As we said before, that was not the 10th game against St. John's in Kalkbrenner's career. That's only his 2nd loss.
It's crazy.
He's a tough guy to deal with. Creighton and St. John's contrasting styles always makes for interesting games, but always seems like we come out on the short end of it. Today, nice to get the win. 13-2 in conference now with 5 games left to play. 3 of them will be heavy favorites. And those 2 left against Marquette and UConn will determine just how high we can creep up in the rankings and seed-wise. But in the driver's seat for first place, Big East regular season championships for the first time since 1992. So St. John's has got to be happy. Coach Garner-Sek has got to be proud looking down. Cole, Sean, your thoughts here after St. John's gets a much-needed bounce-back win at home against Creighton?
not to be the negative Nancy that I always am, but I'm staring at Creighton's remaining schedule. Obviously, to your point, we're in the driver's seat now, 2-game lead. Creighton will play home against Georgetown, home against DePaul, on the road against Xavier, which is a tough place, on the road against Seton Hall, and then home against Butler. I mean, you got to think they're favored in all 5 of those remaining.
We're not. Wait, that's us you just gave?
No, that's Creighton.
Okay. Say that again for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Again, you got to assume they're going to be favored in every one of these games. But home against Georgetown, home against DePaul, on the road against Xavier, on the road against Seton Hall, and then home against Butler.
Okay, so that road game against Xavier is the one you got to eye at, and Xavier needs big wins. Obviously, it might not even be enough even if they were to get that one, but yeah, they could very easily win out. They're already at 4 losses, so if we were to win out, with the exception of the UConn and Marquette game, we would be at 4 losses. Mm-hmm. So just keep winning. Win 4 or 5, and it'd be.
Where's the tiebreaker go then? Hypothetically, both teams are at 4 losses.
I think it would go to the record versus the 3rd place team. I think.
Interesting. That's crazy. I was going to say
for seeding, but I don't think. I think it would be a split in terms of the banner. I think they don't go to a tiebreaker for the announcement of who won the conference. It would matter for the seeding in the tournament, but they would both still be, co-Big East champions. At least I'm pretty sure.
And we have UConn's one of them left, right? I mean, that's going to be a desperate UConn team now that they're playing themselves onto almost to a bubble situation. So,
Yep, and you know how much that means to just everybody in that building. Both UConn and St. John's fans are going to be fighting for territory, fighting for power there, and hopefully St. John's can bring out the brooms and get a nice regular season sweep against them, and Patino can show Danny Hurley where the exit is. That's next Sunday or Saturday?
I don't know. Who's third place?
The UConn game is on Sunday at noon.
Sunday.
Yeah.
And who's currently the 3rd place team?
Marquette. They're at 4 losses right now. They've got to play us and UConn. I think at UConn. So a tougher stretch, but still they could conceivably stay at 4.
Might set up a monumental game
last season. Yeah, last game of the season. Could easily see that happening. 173 guys in the live chat, guys. Thank you for viewing. Not easy. My neck's killing me. Sitting like this, watching the game.
Pat was the hardest working man in sports today. Kudos to him.
Looking at the box score. Zuby, this was a quiet. This stat line really surprised me. Watching the game, I did not think he had this good of a game. 18 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, only 1 turnover. And that was going 2 for 8 from the line. So big time bounce back game from him. RJ, a huge game, 23 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. That's going to go a long way for his campaign for first team All Big East and potentially Big East Player of the Year. Kadari, not to be forgotten, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, 2 turnovers. His steals have been such a consistent all season. He's really starting to be a consistent scorer this second half of the Big East season, and I think we'll continue to see that going forward. Don't know how many minutes Smith played, but he was 4 for 9 from the field, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. So absolutely played a big impact in winning this game today.
Absolute warrior, coming back from injury. I know Pat's upset that he didn't get his over-under 5 points on Prey and left wrist points, but we'll take it if it means a healthy Davon Smith.
Can you just imagine what must be happening in practices? They must have these end-to-half situations like every day in practice, and Lefty just must be burying it. That's the one time he cues him up for is just end-to-half last possession. He's made 2 threes. He missed one tonight. He got his shot blocked one time. But to me, he always seems capable out there. Doesn't look sped up or out of control or overmatched. And whenever he gets a good look at it, I think it's going down. So we saw Smith tonight. Without Smith, I'd like to see more minutes for a lefty going forward.
Yeah, but I think in a perfect world where Davon is healthy, I don't think there's room to just force left wrist out there for the sake of getting him time. I think there's such a clear differentiation between those top 6, and then as you get down, Vince can see spot minutes, Prey same thing, spot minutes, but it's really a 6-man rotation, I think, at this point in the season.
And thank God, I mean, especially in the first half, Smith did look healthy.
Yeah, no, you couldn't see anything, visibly wrong with the shoulder. Mid-range jump shot looked good. Didn't see him take a 3. The free throws he missed late, whatever. He hasn't been a great free throw shooter his whole career, so I can't pin that on an injury. But yeah, good to see he's back, and good to know that Coach Pitino still can't be trusted for any press conference clippings.
He's a liar.
I think we got Johnny's guy wants to just chime in and say something about the end of the game. Johnny's guy, did he have a
post-game energy?
What's up, guys? I was surprised that no mention about, we were talking about who he wants shooting the free throws for RJ to step up there. I mean, I think he hit 4 for 4 in his last 4, but he got no mention.
Yeah, he was 6 for 9 going into that end stretch and finishes 10 for 13. So you're absolutely right.
I thought we mentioned RJ. I'm sorry, 23 points, 14 rebounds, big double.
I'm saying live time end of the game. I think Wiltshire and
who we wanted at the line. Yeah,
Wiltshire and Scott. You said you wanted the line, and I was saying in the chat, RJ was making his free throws.
How do you guys read my mind all game? Yeah, I said RJ. I said he was 6 for 9 at that point. I was like,
Johnny's guy. RJ missed the front end of 1-on-1 twice in the first half.
I just feel like he's got a knack for the clutch gene, and he
does. He definitely wants the ball late for sure.
Other thing that I forget what the total number was last game. I know it was in the 30s. I want to say high 30s of 3-point attempts. And I think
37.
Today was only 18, which is just, I don't know where they normally fall, but that's a pretty stark difference.
From 6 for 18, 33%. That's a number we'll take all the
time. Especially when you
look
at the starters, like the starters numbers aren't that bad. I don't know what their percentage was, but just looking at the box score quick, the starters look like they shot it pretty good.
Yeah, so our starters were 6 for 14 from 3. Definitely a solid number. Yeah, our bench was 0 for 4. So 6 for 14 from our starters. They were 8 for 30 overall from 3. So you hold Creighton to 27% from 3. You'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
The 12 free throws you missed don't help with our, the scoreboard at the end of the game, but it would have helped us control a little more. Doesn't end up hurting us tonight. Hopefully that's not something that can cost us an NCAA tournament game or a Big East championship. Got to get better from the free throw line.
Yeah, and Johnny Fan, to your point, that the argument could be made that was kind of their undoing in the Villanova game, was getting a little 3 happy there, particularly in the second half.
Yeah, and I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if it was Johnny's game plan or if that was the game plan they were forced into shooting all those threes last game. But just watching, I was like, you could just tell it's like they were shooting a lot more threes than they usually do. Although to start the game, they were making a lot of them. Scott obviously had a few to start the game. I forget who else, but to start the game, it was a good amount. Maybe that's why they kept shooting so many. Just kind of felt they were in a good rhythm for 3, but it was definitely a lot.
I think Nova was for sure forcing them into that. Like, it was kind of pack the paint, get threes.
A little bit of both. And we've heard Rick over and over say, like, he wants these guys to shoot threes if they're open.
Right.
So, like, a lot of fans are saying stop shooting. But if the coach is telling you, then keep doing it. I mean,
where do you guys think they're going to land in the rankings for this upcoming week?
It's a good question. I think they'll be within 1 or 2 of where they're at now, because a lot of it, I think 6, 7, and 8 lost once during the week. At least 2 of those 3 did. So if we had swept, we would have had an opportunity to move up 1 or 2. But this is a nice win, and the road loss isn't going to hurt you too much. I bet we'll be like 10 or 11.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. 10, like a very small drop. It's probably
Jamie.
I'm going to step out here, boys. Thanks for having me on. I got a crying baby. So.
Oh, brother Sean, go take care of that. Thank you for the insight. Thank you for the doctor's notes.
All right.
Appreciate it as always.
See you, man.
Jamie in the chat says, amazing we went without hitting free throws. Yeah, I mean, just as we said, I mean, that might be something that could hurt us later in the year, but today we got away with it.
We've been saying it all season. That the 3-point shooting, the free throw shooting.
Yeah, it's crazy for both threes and free throws to still be winning games.
Team finds a way to win.
In today's game of basketball, it's You don't see that often. But that's what, and you should show that to the kids these days. That's what defense can do for you.
Yep.
Defense
Keeps you in the game.
win you games when you can't shoot the ball.
You sound like a coach, Johnny's guy.
Put him on the bench with the
OGBK Baller. You out of here, Johnny?
Yeah, when you guys do your thing. Great win.
Thanks, man. Thanks for joining in.
Thanks for hanging.
OGBK Baller says, I feel like we are getting better from three. If only we can get better from the line. Yeah. It's getting late in the season for us to see a drastic improvement in the way we shoot, but I think it might just be a game-to-game basis how guys are feeling that. We've got guys capable of hitting shots on the nights where multiple guys are on. We'll look like we can beat anybody. On nights when we have most of our shooters cold, then we'll have to really rely on our defense. The good news is we're very much capable of doing that.
Think about the Baylor game. I mean, we shot the lights out. Some of those early season games, we shot the lights out from three. Like, this team has the ability to get high. We were talking way earlier when we were talking about ceiling versus the floor once we get into March Madness. I mean, it's all a crapshoot. It's all about matchups. It's all about who gets hot at the right time. If we all of a sudden start streaking it again from three in the Big East tournament and into March Madness, I mean, dude, this team has the ability to play that quality of defense. You all of a sudden get hot for a couple games from deep.
Yep. I still just have a little bit of a nightmare feeling about peaking too early, like we saw with that Lavin team. That was my worry about going into this game. Like, would we be able to bounce back from that Villanova game and get back on the right track? And this is a huge game for that. But anything can happen in this month before the season, and we want to make sure we're still improving or at least playing at the high level play. And even if we're able to win against Butler, Seton Hall, and DePaul playing our B-level game, it's not what we want to see. I'm sure that's not what Coach Pitino wants to see. So good to see us bounce back today, and hopefully we can carry this momentum into a really solid last 5 Big East game stretch.
And paramount also, like, health, like, has to be a thing, especially when you get a short rotation like that. I mean, we can't see Davon have another flare up towards the
end. OGK Baller just pointed out a good point that Pitino ain't Lavin, which, yep, we do know that. So that's true. That's true. And then Jamie says, I'm praying RJ stays one more year. Do you guys think he might?
I think so. Recently said that RJ will test the draft waters after the season, which rightfully as he should. I mean, I don't think too many draft boards have him on the radar yet. I don't think anything has him, obviously, first round. I don't know that would he leave if he was being projected maybe as like a mid to late second round pick. Would he leave and take that risk of?
I think we're at the best point in time to be in the situation where we might be able to keep a guy like RJ another year. Like, he could get paid really well next year and improve his stock. And like, that first entry into the NBA is a huge part in where you're going to land and where you're going to stick around. If you're not ready right away, you can easily get passed behind. So I really think being ready when you go there and being in the best situation, draft stock, and just being noticed is important. And let's not fool ourselves. RJ isn't on a bunch of first round mock drafts. He's left off a lot of second round mock drafts. So he's by no means a surefire draft pick. And he can definitely come back and improve some important parts of the game for the next level, his 3-point shooting being the obvious one. So I think I'm going to hold out hope and trust that we've got the right guys in his ear, and that RJ knows coming back has its benefits. I wouldn't count on him turning down a first round projection, but if it's late second or possibly undrafted, then why wouldn't he consider coming back to St. John's?
There's a great old quote from Armando Bacot when he was at North Carolina talking about him like coming back for his senior year and stuff. And he's like, why? I'm projected as a maybe second round pick. He's like, why would I leave? I'm making $2 million in NIL money at North Carolina. Like, I would even potentially more than likely make less than that as a second round pick floating back and forth between the G League. Like,
I hope he doesn't regret his decision now after going back to North Carolina and not having too much success. But the money can be somewhat. It's not comparable if you're a draft pick. I mean, it is comparable. It's not the same, but it's something to have. It's definitely not something you can't live on. You could really save up, make a 6 figures or close to $1 million if you're a type of player that RJ is. So I think there's benefits. I think both him and Zuby love it at St. John's, and St. John's, with the situation they're in financially, will be able to pay the guys who want to stay at St. John's.
And player progression, like
Yeah.
talking about Armando Baycal, like, yeah, that's one thing. Like, just talking financials. I mean, you can talk about the comparable financials between being a late round, second round pick and the NIL funds you're going to get, but also more time with Rick Pitino, who's making you have these ridiculous jumps by Zuby, by RJ, like year to year. I mean,
yeah,
another year. RJ Lewis didn't even practice last year with those shins. Like, this is his first full year of really getting all this one-on-one time with Rick, and you see these huge progressions. I mean, God knows what he could look like next year with another summer under his belt.
Yeah, and a monster stat line from him today that's really going to stand out in terms of all this attention he's going to get for these Player of the Year races and Big East Player of the Year and Big East All Conference. So hopefully that leads to college notoriety and not so much draft stock notoriety, because I will have my fingers crossed. He would just be an absolute monster, and that would be go a long way in just off-season hype and keeping us up within the rankings. I think no matter what, St. John's is going to have a target going forward. But we're talking about a guy who's 18-7 and one of the best athletes and scorers in the country, and only getting better.
Absolutely.
Well, Cole, I don't know. This was such a success. We're at 198. I was really hoping we get over 200 live followers. I don't know if we've set the table and we've got to continue to do this for more weekend games, but this was enjoyable. Thank you for spending close to 3 hours. And for those who tuned in during the game, turned in after the game, the guys who jumped on the screen with us, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys like, subscribe, keep up the content, keep up the communication. And until next time, this has been the Red Storm Rap Reaction Podcast we're at 199. Come on. Somebody jump on there. Come on. Oh, this is going to hurt if we can't get to 200. For David Kane, this has been the Red Storm Rap Reaction Podcast. I'm Pat Kane. That's Cole Atshaw. Oh, we just lost 2. We're out. All right. Peace.
Thanks guys.
Cole.
Thanks for everybody.